Good afternoon, March the 1st, 2022. At least right now. You may be watching this at a later date, but right now, 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Yes, it must be time for Talk's chat party. And it is. So, hello, all you peoples out there, although nobody seems to be watching at the moment. Okay, so I'm just going to sit and wonder that if some of you watch this at a later date, that, hey, are any of you Billy Joel fans? Because on the last Stephen Schnee Ski Lodge, there were a lot of nasty people who were bad mouthing Billy Joel. I don't know what that was about. So I don't know. Is Billy Joel really that much in people's don't like thing? Yeah. Hi there, Mason. How you doing? Yeah, so I'm just wondering, is it really true? Is Billy Joel really not in the hearts of people? Because I like Billy Joel. I like Billy Joel just fine, but seems on the last ski lodge, people were just kind of bad mouthing Billy Joel, like, oh, I'd rather listen to something better like Yoko Ono or anything than Billy Joel. So just wondering what you people think, if that's true and if that's really what you think and that sort of deal. Otherwise, we can talk about Paul McCartney and his new tour that started a couple days ago. Hello, Everett. Hello, Jeff. Attaboy, Jeff. You like Billy Joel. Yeah, come on, Billy Joel. What the heck is wrong with Billy Joel? Like, I love Big Shot and and all those good songs, Piano Man and all of a sudden I drew a blank of reading the comments. Whatever. But yeah, all that sort of stuff. So anyway, yeah, Paul McCartney's tour just started, and people were kind of going like, "Yeah, he's lost his voice." Yeah, but we knew that. You kind of knew what we were gonna get. But the thing is, he's a living legend. It's cool that he's doing what he's doing. Hello, Stephen. Hello, Stephen. And Robert P. Yeah, thank you, Robert P. I'll see how things go, see if I'm still here when you get back, because I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, so, yeah, from what I've seen on, hope to miss the show. uh, what an Alameda Slim. Is that a cigarette? Anyway, yeah, some of his stuff is already out on YouTube in various uh, variations. Like the sound hasn't been that good, but well, my thing's still not delivered. I was hoping it was going to come in this week, or at least in the next 4 days. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, the sound hasn't been the best, so it's kind of hard to tell because it's kind of echoey. But you can tell in some spots it's like like and he just kind of strains on some songs there. I look like Randy Quaid. No kiddings. Robert Quaid, huh? Well, whatever. So if anybody wants to talk about the Paul McCartney stuff or the ice cream, you know, collecting bottle caps, stupid Funkos, whatever, whatever. You are welcome to join and make this a chat party. Yes. So yeah, what happened to my car? It looks like somebody backed into it. That's what it looks like to me. And even on the bumper, there's a, on it. So that looks like a trailer hitch. So there is a maroon colored pickup that does park in the area. So next time I see it, I'm gonna see if it has a trailer hitch and kind of, give it a little, a little rub, and then See how much red residue is on it. So anyway, bang, bang. Two
Hey,
people. What's up?
what's up, Doc?
I
Yeah,
noticed that you were talking about Billy Joel when I came in here.
What happened when you came in?
I noticed that you were talking about Billy Joel.
Yeah, because I don't believe Billy Joel deserves the rap he's been getting.
Well, I mean, Piano Man, it's a classic, but it's a little overplayed. Uptown
No,
Girl's a great
on
song.
a whole, just Billy Joel. Period.
Longest Time, good song. You know, he's got some good stuff actually.
My life. I love my life.
Yeah, he has sold a record or two.
I don't care
So,
what you
you know.
say anymore. It's my life.
Dang, 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 dang. Go ahead with your own life. Leave me alone, or leave my car alone. Anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say you need to get another parking space. So,
You know, your car can get hit
I
anywhere,
know. Yeah,
no matter what. But it just seems like two of them already that you.
I know that's bad luck. Yeah.
And you know, I didn't have my camera on me the first time I
Hmm.
found it, and I'm looking like. First, I noticed the piece of horse on the ground,
Yeah.
and I thought, "Oh, look, a piece of metal. I don't want to run over it." I
Hmm.
picked it up and went, "That's not a piece of metal. That's the
That's
horse
for
piece."
your car. Yeah.
I
Hmm.
look at the front of the car and I went,
Somebody
"Oh,
went bang. Hmm.
man." But anyway, yeah, I wanted to understand why people have such a distaste for Billy Joel.
Oh no,
I don't
he's okay
understand.
for me. You know.
Me too.
Some
And
of
you know,
his, I wasn't crazy about some of his later stuff, his 50s doo-wop kind of stuff. I preferred his earlier 70s and 80s hits. But
See,
that was just me.
that's kind of where I start with Billy Joel. Is, you know, Piano Man's a classic, great, but
Hey,
some, you
Calvin.
know, I get tired of hearing that song a bit. But you know,
his
Uptown
greatest.
Girl is really cool. Longest Time, you know, both off of his 1983 album, and
Hmm.
I think that album in particular was basically 50s nostalgia. The album for Billy Joel, because you know, Uptown Girl is very oldie sounding, and Longest Time is very doo wop.
Hmm. Well, I just don't understand that ski lodge back on Tuesday night. There were a
Yeah.
lot of Billy Joel haters in the comments. I'm going like,
Hmm.
what?
I don't know.
I I really don't understand that.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you
Why
guys.
would anyone hate Billy Joel? He's a fantastic artist.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but on Sunday morning there's a lot of infomercials on TV,
Oh, yeah. Hmm.
and one of them was Rock and Roll Hall of Fame performances,
Oh, okay. Hmm.
and you know,
He
like
was there.
he was one of them.
Hmm.
So like he's in the Hall of Fame. Oh yes, William Joel is better than the Beach Boys. This is
Yes.
true. Yes, I agree with that. Yes,
Wow,
this is
somebody left a comment in the private chat. I
uh,
don't recognize that name.
yeah.
And before Billy Joel was famous, he was a session piano player, and he played on a very famous girl group song. He played the piano part.
I mean, for example, James Latterroot or James
Hmm.
Winston, Arnold Sinatra, Lenny White, Lennon, etc.
Hmm.
He's mentioned before that one of his favorite all-time live performances was, I think, in the early 2000s when Elton John and Billy Joel did their little tour together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
kind
said
of like
that was
doing
a great experience.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but I just didn't understand why people are bad mouthing Billy Joel the other night.
Oh no.
I don't get it.
If anybody wants to know, Billy Joel played the piano part on the Shangri-La's Leader of the Pack. That's Billy Joel
Whoa!
playing the piano.
Oh, one of the all-time greatest songs ever.
He's
Leader
on
of.
it. He's on
Yeah.
it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. By the way, where'd you meet him? Yeah,
Oh,
sweet thing.
when I get down to showing my bargoons, I found a couple of surprises.
Oh, good. Do you
that I
have them
did not.
handy?
They're
Yeah,
right
no.
here.
Oh,
Anytime.
cool. Wait a minute. I have to ask Robert Logan what happened to the card. Am I gonna get it fixed? Nah, not really. Sorry. It costs too much. I'm already 500 in the hole from the last time.
I'm sorry about that. That's a
So
shame.
But what I want to ask about ask to Robert Logan is, hey, how did the pizza turn out? He was going to have meat pizza the other night. Okay, so after Jeff has his drinky, we'll
It's time
blow
for
on it.
margins. Okay, this is one where I love finding CDs for $1. And
Okay,
this was $1.
that's the good one. Yes.
That's the good one. And
That's-
let me show you what the. Can you see what the? You can just barely see it. See. So going over it again won't hurt it, will it?
Mhm.
Okay, that was $1. Now look what I got for $2.
$2.
Yes, and
Two.
yes, the 2 CD set. It's got songs from 1969 to 2016. This is a very good set. Now, those
So
are my
he's got the
bargoons.
best of his entire discography.
Yeah, quite a bit. My son and I were going through some old Doctor Who monthlies of my wife's and just reading them because they're in plastic bags. I was going to go sell some. And you know what fell out of one of the plastic bags?
What?
One of the monthlies? A couple of photographs.
Get out of here. I have
Here's
to blow
one
you up.
here. Yes, here's the first one. He's
Well,
kind of familiar, you know. And
Look at
another familiar couple here.
Wow.
And I have no idea how they got in there. They're in
Are
a
they
Doctor
real
Who
photos?
monthly.
Are
Oh
they-
yeah, yeah. It says Kodak paper.
Holy
It says Fuji color. So
Oh,
my
wow.
wife used to buy all kinds of Japanese things.
Oh,
So
wow.
you know, maybe she shoved those in there to give to me and forgot about them. But they're there. There are 2 John Lennon photos, one of John and Yoko.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Oh, look. Astro Zombie watched Mr. Mayo get interviewed earlier and was shocked that he revealed his old job and so much about himself. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, that sounds like a must-watch thing, eh?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Him and Rachel, they were about an hour
I'm
and
just
a half.
reading the peanut gallery here, and we got what appears to be a huge Disney fan in here because he's talking about Alan Menken, who composed the score for like The Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast and stuff like that. He's also talking about the Disney's Home on the Range film.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'll give you this. You know you're Disney. You know you're Disney.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, but Everett, you're too young to be on here. Sorry.
Mhm. I like some of the Disney or the
No,
classic Disney
never.
films myself. The newer stuff, no.
Well, for instance, my all-time favorite Disney film is Fantasia, not the original, not Fantasia 2000, but the
Okay.
original from 1940.
Well, mine is 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea with Kirk Douglas.
Oh, if I had a favorite live-action Disney film, Mary Poppins all the way.
Yeah. So there you go.
If I had a second favorite, I don't know. From the golden era, if we're narrowing it down, from the golden era, my second favorite would probably be Bambi, because that story is just so damn mature for the audience that it was targeted for.
I'm not aware of having any videos that it does have a copyright claim on it. Yes,
Yeah.
but as far as I know, it has not been taken down.
Okay.
As far as I know, you can still sing along with it if you want. You know? Oh, Calvin says, hey, with the NHL playoffs starting tomorrow, I have to ask Jeff how
Now,
popular hockey is.
I don't think hockey's very popular. We get kind of warm here, so it's kind of difficult keeping the,
Well,
we
it's pretty
used
warm in
to-
Las Vegas,
yeah,
too.
we used to have a hockey league. I don't think they do anymore. No. Ice Oilers, I believe. There's one in Tulsa, Oklahoma, I think. I don't believe it's there anymore. So.
Yeah, it's a hard sell.
Yeah, we have football and basketball and baseball and,
Yeah, Mr. Logan is still there that I know of. I haven't seen anything about it being taken off. So, I don't know.
You should have played it backwards.
Oh, Top Cat back.
Zoop, zoop, zoop. And they wouldn't say, oh, well, we'll ahead and keep it. He's not, playing the melody. Play the Gilligan's Island theme backwards. You know.
Yeah, where they,
Whoop,
oh,
whoop, whoop, whoop. And they're starting. Oh, they're going on a trip. Oh, you got one too. Hey,
yeah,
Doc.
I got food here
There
for a
you
reason.
go. Yeah, does yours
I,
cost a
I
buck?
think this is a good one.
Yes, does yours cost a
Of
buck?
all the ones that I've seen, and
Yeah.
does not look familiar. Ooh.
Yeah, but yours doesn't have initials I had to wipe away.
20 fantastic hits from
Yes,
Simon
yes.
and Garfunkel's.
You see, I used to have the greatest hits CD, but there's a couple of songs missing. I wanted
Mhm.
Low Shade of Winter and At the Zoo, and I wanted Bookends, and
This one has them. This one
yeah,
has
that's a great singles. I think I'm going to put it in my CD collection as my Bowie CD.
them.
But I've been doing really good every week. I've been getting a couple of good ones.
I don't know.
You know what's actually a very uniquely brilliant David Bowie album? Station to Station.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
I think that's the one with TVC 15.
Yeah, and the hit is
It's basically when he
Mhm.
was going through his prog phase.
Yeah, it's right after Golden Years, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the hit is Golden Years. Right after not Golden Years. What's the one that Fame was on? Yeah. Young Americans, and then Golden Years, and then Low, I think, and then I used to have several of them. It was a long time ago.
At the moment, I probably think that my favorite Bowie album at the moment might be Let's Dance, just because I've always had a very soft spot for that album. But you know, you would expect me to say Ziggy Stardust, but I don't know. That one gets a little overpraised at times. It's a great album, don't get me wrong, but it's like Pepper and Pet Sounds. It's like people think it's the greatest thing ever when it's just a great album, no reason to call it the most brilliant thing known to mankind.
Scary Monsters, that's the one I like. I used to have with the Ashes to Ashes. That wasn't a big hit, but here, but it was in Europe and England and everything. So yeah.
There are 2 NHL teams in Florida. It's hot there too.
Okay. Well, I do not know of any hockey leagues in Oklahoma. I will check. I'll let you know.
Mason,
I will let you know.
All streaming.
Yes, nothing has changed. I've got my I've got my music player right back there. You can see that. You can see this right here.
Looks like a mousetrap.
So I guess you're not going to buy the big deluxe Beach Boys set that's coming out.
No, I'm going to be streaming it, but
you'll be streaming it.
Yeah, I was going to say I saw that.
It's interesting what they've decided to do with this. For one thing, an expanded version of Sounds of Summer. Yes, please, because there's tons of songs that were on that. Jeff, remember that Greatest Hits trilogy that they did?
1, 2, and 3, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then they did Sounds of Summer in 2003, but left off a ton of songs that were on those Greatest Hits comps, especially stuff from the late 60s and early 70s, which is their best period. And I'm looking here, I'm like, all right, Long Promised Road is on this. Okay, great. Add some music to your day. Great. It's like, but then Pom Pom Playgirl, which is like having their cover of Louie Louie on Best of the Beach Boys 1966 compilation. It's like, it's not a bad thing. It's just bizarre why they decided to do that.
Mason, there's a very important question down there for you.
Yeah, that's for you. Yeah.
How much would woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Volume 1 and 2 are pretty good. Volume 3
Volume 3. I mean, Jeff, I understand you're probably more partial to the early stuff, but Volume 3 has some of the really great stuff. I mean, Long Promised Road, really great song. And what else is on there? Till I Die is brilliant. Of course, Surf's Up is my favorite Beach Boys song of all time.
Oh, did you ever buy the new Brian Wilson album, the piano album? Did you not buy it?
I haven't even streamed that one, and I don't plan on it because I don't really care to hear him just do instrumentals.
It's good. It's good. It's kind of like Rick
when
Wakeman.
You think about it, his first new album since No Peer Pressure, and this is
It's nice. It's I think it's for older fans.
You,
You know.
Jeff, Jeff, you know what you need to look forward to hearing, or because it's already out. Go check it out. The soundtrack to the Long Promised Road documentary, because that has features previously unreleased Brian Wilson recordings, particularly from the Andy Paley sessions in the mid '90s.
Mason, if the Beach Boys fought the Beatles, who would win?
Well, I, even though they're my favorite band, I've got to go for the Beatles because they just, you know, their masterpiece album, Sgt. Pepper, is not a favorite of mine. But
I think you're talking about if they had a rumble.
Yeah,
it's definitely a better album than Pet Sounds overall, but Pet Sounds is my preferred of the two.
I know.
Okay.
Stab those. So Beatles would beat the Beach Boys just by stabbing them.
Yeah. I don't know. Get those Cuban heels off and get the heels. And
what do Beach Boys have? Surfboards?
Yeah, tennis. Oh yeah, surfboards or
surfboards. Yeah. And hula hoops. You can't beat anyone with a hula hoop.
I mean, I remember, you know, tail end of last summer, and people were always asking me on the live streams, when are you going to buy the Field Flows box set? When are you going to buy the Field Flows box set? I'm like, I think I'm just going to stream it, guys. Thank you, though. And now here we are again. When are you going to buy the expanded edition of Sounds of Summer? I'm like, I'm just going to stream it, guys.
Okay. Enjoy.
Evidently, the Beach Boys all have yellow streaks up their back.
I don't know. From the sand.
You just
Actually, only one of them was a true surfer. Only one of them was a true surfer.
Yeah.
Brian's original vision was not to become a surf band at all. He was very much more into like a cappella groups, you know, like the Four Freshmen. That's what he wanted to do. And it was actually Dennis's idea that like, hey, let's write a song about this craze surfing. And so Dennis is actually responsible for why they broke so big as the Beach Boys.
Beach Boys were fake.
No comment.
They didn't play their own instruments. They were right up there with the Partridge Family. See? You'll own nothing and be happy until the power fails. Oh, geez. Wait a minute. What's that? I wasn't paying attention. Yeah.
That's the guy.
That's amazing stuff there.
I know.
Actual real photos.
That's a real. It says Fuji. It says Fuji film, so it's probably something from.
That is incorrect, Dave.
Yeah.
That is incorrect. The Beach Boys Christmas album was not their first. Their first was actually Circus Safari. Came out like a solid 2 years before the Christmas album.
Oh.
Go, Mason, go. Help us out. Go. We gotta support the Partridge Family.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. Here we go.
Come on, Mason. We got
there
everybody.
We go. There we go.
No. Oh, that's just a picture. No, you don't have anything. No. Ooh. That is totally fake. Totally fake. You gotta have the real thing. No,
I mean,
no curious.
Yeah, griping about. Would you rather me show the picture of Ray?
Of Ring.
Ray.
Ray. What do you mean?
Invisible Ray.
Oh, Invisible.
Yeah.
You know the one.
Why would that be a substitute for the Partridge Family?
Because we're talking about Partridge Family, and and the least I can do is actually pay tribute to them and show a picture of the band, and I do that, and you're like, yeah, come on,
we show tributes by actually having their real records right here.
Yeah.
Not having a picture.
Right there.
Yeah, it's all about having the stuff.
Mhm.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
just don't. I don't view it the same way you guys do. Maybe it's a
I'll-
maybe it's a result of a different generation that I've grown up in. I don't know.
Well, it's my wife never went to Japan. She used to buy a lot of Japanese magazines. I'm sure it fell out of a Japanese magazine, and she stuffed it in something else and forgot about it.
Hmm.
So she used to read all these Japanese. My wife used to speak Japanese or read Japanese, so she'd read them backwards. All these Japanese, magazines, and I probably fell out of a magazine, something like that.
Did she watch Sailor Moon?
Yes.
She
And
did.
what was
Knows I
that?
did.
What was that?
Boy.
Where was the
Yeah,
Japanese
she
show
gets
that
pregnant.
an anime show where a guy that gets wet turns into a girl or something like that?
What?
I can't think of it. She got me hooked on that show. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's because they showed it on MTV for a little while, and
Oh,
she
really?
had bought all these DVDs of it, and it's a show about something one half, I believe.
Now, does anybody have any advice for Dave, who's filling
Birds
in?
collection.
Yeah,
Well, I have both the both the box sets myself. And
I
that's
think
with
I think the best way to fill in holes is to use plaster.
yeah, you could get all the Columbia albums, but they're after the Notorious album. The music is kind of spotty. So now the Essential Birds is a Shin Chan. Is that Shin?
Shin-chan?
Something like that. Yeah, something
Yes.
rather something one half. I don't. I can't.
I find myself enjoying when it comes to the Birds. I find myself being real partial to the earlier stuff. Mr. Tambourine Man, which was actually them covering Bob Dylan, but their version is probably my favorite. Turn, 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 always a classic. 8 Miles High. That kind of stuff.
Turn.
Yeah, I like the middle stuff.
Although I do hear that Sweetheart of the Rodeo is like one of the greatest albums of the 60s. So,
Well, I think I like the middle period because, like the guy said on the Pop Goes the '60s, they were fighting amongst one another, and they produced some of the three best albums of their career, in my opinion.
and you know what? Same thing was happening over there with the Beatles during those White Album sessions, which the White Album is like up there as one of their best albums.
Mhm.
And that album was a very what was happening behind the scenes of that album was basically just argument after argument.
Okay.
They were definitely at war with that album.
Ooh,
And yet
Jeff.
they were still
What
making
is
some of
the
the best
box
material.
set about?
Okay, the other box set actually has a DVD with it, and it's got stuff from the pre-Birds. So,
Okay.
yeah, some earlier, some of the pre-flight stuff, and some of some Jet Set demos, and it's got some rare stuff, and yeah, Sweetheart is spotty, and
Now,
after that,
I'm not sure about was Grant Parsons with the group from the start.
no, he was
Okay,
for less
but
than a year.
Roger McGuinn was right.
Yes, from the beginning.
Okay,
And he had to create, after Chris Hillman left, he had to completely rebuild the band. So,
Dave, I invite you to use that link and take a
Yes.
square. We have a
yes,
square.
we got 3 openings. We can talk about all things.
You can come and show your birds if you want.
Yes,
Your
if you want to.
parakeets, your budgies, whatever. Yeah.
Like I said, I've had all the Columbia albums, and the first 4 or 5 are pretty good. After that, they kind of slide down a slippery slope. So.
well, like I said, those first 2 Birds albums, really, really good stuff there.
Yeah.
And the one that's got 8 Miles High on it is pretty good too.
5D.
And then I've heard that Sweetheart of the Rodeo is like their masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
So
The thing about the
I don't pay too much attention to them after that.
Yeah, the thing about the Burritos, they were a pretty good live band, but they didn't sell too many records until many, many years later. Now they're selling albums.
I always hear a lot of good stuff about the Flying Burrito Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I hear they outsell
they're an
the
early example of great country rock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah.
Tom's Vinyl Shack says, I'm guessing Mason is going to use his whole bank account on the new Beach Boys compilation.
Yeah, but you know what? And it's not even about me going to exclusively the streaming as of recently. But if this was a year ago when I was still collecting physical media, I would have said, you know what? I'm just going to stream the compilation, because when it comes to box sets, I was never really big on buying them. You know, never.
You'll never have the booklet.
Even when I was still collecting vinyl.
You are. Are you?
At the same time, though, I'll go ahead and say again, the most bizarre thing that I noticed with this expanded edition of Sounds of Summer is the inclusion of Pom Pom Playgirl. Like I said, it's like putting Louie Louie on Best of the Beach Boys 1966. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just bizarre and very, very unexpected of them.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Hey, Doc.
Hey, James. What's up?
Can
much.
tell you how much fun it is to have physical media.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Go, James.
You know,
Go.
think about it.
Yeah,
Doc,
definitely.
you and I could do Simon Garfunkel now.
Ooh.
Simon Garfunkel, kids.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
I think when it comes to Simon and Garfunkel, I think Bookends is their masterpiece. That's a fantastic album.
Hey, great man, Calvin.
What's the song off Bookends? Is Mrs. Robinson on that?
No, that one. I think that's on the soundtrack of The Graduate.
Okay, well,
that had a song called "Lazy."
America is on Bookends. America's on Bookends.
Well, at the Zoo was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
And the
Bookends. Which one has
also
Sound of Silence?
Mrs. Robinson's on their greatest hits as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which one has Sound of Silence? Is that Bookends?
Sound of Silence is an earlier one.
Okay, well, I know that America is on Bookends.
Yeah.
I like the version of Sound of Silence with just the acoustic and the vocals.
Track
it's on
19.
there. Mm-hmm.
I think this has basically everything. I don't think it's missing anything.
No. And it's even got that reunion song, My Little Town.
It's got At the Zoo.
Yes.
I was hoping it would have At the Zoo.
Yeah. I do believe it.
And it's even got Cecilia, which was missing off the
Bookends is actually one of my favorite albums of the entire decade of the 60s. I love that thing to death.
It's April 1st, isn't it, Calvin?
No, it's May 1st.
Oh, is it May 1st? See, I've missed another May 1st.
We're all confused.
Yeah, it is. Sunday, May 1st. I think I'm getting old.
It's okay. I'll fix it.
Doc, what you should have done in your video of your car getting hit again, you should have said, Mayday, Mayday.
Yes, May 1st.
I'll fix it.
It's not April 1st.
I know. They all start with that.
Bowie CD back over here.
I can fix it. Don't worry.
Oh, James, did I show you what I found in a magazine?
No.
I found a couple of John Lennon pictures.
Ooh. Oh, wow.
And these are, I was telling everybody, my wife used to buy a bunch of Japanese stuff, magazines and such, and this is Fuji color, so it probably fell out of the magazine. And my wife stuffed it in. Oh, yeah. And see, my wife's dead now, so I can't talk to her about it. So it's a nice little present.
James, I'm going to DM you something real quick because I don't want to interrupt here.
What's he going to show you?
Oh.
Make me small. I'm not showing anything. I'm sending a message.
Well, I thought you were showing something.
No, I was sending a message to James. DM means I'm sending a message to him.
James is right here.
Yeah, I'm right here.
James is right. Yeah, that way. Yeah.
You can tell me right here if you want.
Well,
I got to do it backwards.
I was just going to say, I noticed that your schedule. James, I noticed that your scheduled stream for today is set to start in less than 30 minutes. So are you going to push the time back since you're on docks?
No. I'll stay for a little bit, and then when it gets close to showtime, I'll jump out and start my stream.
Okay.
I'll make it work. I still get to get my doc time, and my
Okay.
Jeff time, and my Mason time,
hmm
and my Calvin time, and everybody else in the chat time.
And Parker's
you know what to do.
time.
Mine's
You know what to do,
downstairs.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
gonna
know
get it.
it's okay.
But you see, we're also trying to push the Bay City Rollers now.
Oh.
dear. Okay.
I only want to be with you.
I actually flipped over. Did you see the Bay City Rollers episode with Witchy Poo and the guy who's
Apparently that's a recurring thing on their show to have.
with Witchy Poo.
So
Okay.
like they had Witchy Poo and some of her characters.
And the guy that's trying to be Charles Nelson Riley, but it was a
there
different
wasn't
guy,
Charles
a different
I-
actor. Yeah.
I'm going to see something that's going to irritate a lot of people.
What?
I prefer the Bay City Rollers version of I Only Want to Be With You as opposed to Dusty Springfield's.
Oh, I like Dusty Springfield's better.
Okay. Okay.
I just think
Don't
the new
hate
one's
the
got a little
Rollers.
better
I mean,
energy.
it's okay. It's all right. Hang on. We'll ask Jorgen. Jorgen.
No, hey, Jorgen.
Good evening, folks.
Jorgen, you know the song I Only Want to Be With You?
Which one?
Oh, well, that's what I want to ask. Which one do you prefer? Which version?
Yeah.
You're talking
City
about?
Rollers
I mean,
or
are you
Dusty
talking
Springfield?
about the Dusty Springfield song?
Yeah, and there's a Bay City Rollers version.
Yeah.
There might be
I'm-
more, but which
I
do
may
you
sound very corny right now. I'm going to come back.
uh-oh.
He's got it.
Oh,
Leave it to Jorgen.
I know, Calvin.
You
Mason,
get lost back there.
that never happens.
Yeah. Don't get lost back there, Jorgen.
Oh, just a second. We're gonna get.
There he is. Okay. Oh, here he comes. Oh, somebody else. It's Dave, the pickup artist.
hey, Dave.
Okay,
This-
Dave.
This may be
Dave, you gotta click off
Somebody else. It's Dave, the pickup artist.
YouTube, Dave.
this may be
Dave, you gotta click off Dave.
Hi, Greg, man.
Dave, YouTube. Your YouTube.
You gotta, Dave, you have to click off YouTube. The little X at the top of the screen, right there, where the tab is for YouTube. Click it off. You have to click off YouTube. The little X at the top of the screen, right there.
I feel like we've been through this before.
Keep that. Keep that. Oh,
Hi,
God,
Dave.
keep that.
Almost there.
Okay, now back to Jorgen.
Okay, back to Jorgen. Yeah. So
This is what we're talking about. Yeah.
This may sound a little bit odd,
Yeah.
corny for some, but
Okay.
my favorite version is from the 80s.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. And it's by.
Okay. Yeah, I remember her. Yeah.
Ooh.
Mhm.
I only wanna be with you.
I remember Samantha Fox. My wife was a big fan of Queen. I think she
And
kinda
a
liked
fox
Fergie.
she is.
Yeah.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
And she
Mhm.
still is.
Just say I'm a sucker for Stock Aitken and Waterman production, and they made it.
Yeah.
It's actually a great catchy version.
Yeah.
Some midriff.
She took care of herself. She's pushing 60, so she's doing pretty
Mason,
good.
what was the song that she sang where they go, Samantha Fox?
I'm not familiar
I
with the
think
artist.
it
I
is,
just
I
this is the
wanna
first
have
I'm hearing
some
about her, James.
I think it is. I want to have some fun.
Oh, okay. I'll buy that.
Well, Samantha Fox was not about the music.
With,
No, this is
uh,
true.
she did that song with the house group Full House.
hmm
Well,
Yeah.
it's depends on how you look at it. I think she did some great stuff in the 80s. She did some bad stuff in the 80s also.
Yeah.
Did a lot of great stuff.
You know what that album cover speaks for itself on its own. It speaks. This is not an artist. This is a Playboy model.
let's just say that this may not be the worst picture that Samantha Fox has
No,
taken. It's not even
no,
the
it's
worst picture that
far.
a disco artist has taken. So I wouldn't say that this specifically says that it's a Playboy model. I think it is
I mean,
others
let's put
that are
this
way
way.
worse than this. That isn't.
That last name Fox, yeah. Talk about it. Yeah, she is a fox.
I like a story that I read. I read parts of her autobiography, and I think I was a little bit embarrassed by a story that she told when she looked at the movie by Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy, where they were switching places.
Oh yeah.
And in that movie, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer Pet Shop Boys or Samantha Fox. I might say that. She in that movie, Jamie Lee Curtis shows herself in some very small and tiny panties, and Samantha Fox was really, really impressed and wanted to get hold of that kind of those panties, and she asked, of all persons, Jamie Lee Curtis' father.
Who?
Oh, Tony
Curtis.
Yeah.
Tony
Who,
Curtis.
for some reason, knew where Jamie Lee Curtis had bought those panties. I mean, how often do you find a father who knows that his daughter has bought her panties?
Maybe they were a gift. Who knows?
It's like Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little.
It
I thought it
does.
was a little creepy.
I mean, think of who her mom is, too. Her mom was Janet Leigh, and kind of like.
You know what, guys? There's no such thing as the Jamie Lee Curtis and freaking Lindsay Lohan Freaky Friday. No. The Freaky Friday the only one that I will admit exists is the one that's got Jodie Foster in it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Trading Places was in a bit movie.
That's the way to go with Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
You know how you have Mason back in the day?
It does some nice updates, but overall original all the way.
In 1991, we used to have buttons, little badges you could wear, like little rectangular buttons that we sold at our video store. And there was one of Samantha Fox, topless. You could see her boobs.
Ooh.
And I was like always admiring that. I was like, ooh, I like that one. And then one day, one of our customers came in who was a good friend of mine. You know what he did? He bought it. He said, "Here, James, this is for you." I'm like, "No, hey." He's like, "Yeah, I bought it for you. You're always admiring this thing, so I thought I'd get it for you."
Special guest, kids. Special guest.
Okay.
Joe Mayo.
Hey.
Good heavens. Hello, Joe.
Hey, what's up, Joe?
This sings the national anthem at cockfights.
Is there double voice?
No, not for you, no.
No, not for you. No.
No. You sound good.
No. Dave, the pickup artist, was having trouble with the earlier.
Yeah, on my end, I hear like double voices.
Oh, not here.
No, not us.
Do you have your YouTube tab open?
Oh, maybe it's you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know about the tabs, but I don't have any tabs. I don't mean. Or maybe it's this one. I take it back. I did have two. I'm all right now.
That's good.
Okay.
Sorry. Hello, guys.
Hey, what's up, Joe? Hey, Joe,
You did better than Dave.
So how's retirement treating you there?
Yeah, enjoying it?
Yeah, well, the funny thing, it's only a week, but I don't know. It's like the reality hasn't really sunk in yet. It's weird, And I got some personal things going on, honestly, right now.
When Monday rolls around and you realize you don't have to get up.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that part's always good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then Tuesday, and then Wednesday, and the next thing you know, gee, I'm always home. Every day is Saturday.
Yeah.
And
yet today I still have that Sunday feeling. Like I don't know, like oh no, it's tomorrow's like
Monday. Tomorrow's a work day. Oops, I'm retired.
I don't know why that is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I have, like I said, I have some things going on. Going on that's not, it's a little bit annoying right now, but things will work out in the end. I put my Wolfman shirt up a little bit.
Ooh, nice. Good. Yeah, Lon Chaney. Yes. Oh, hey Joe, did you see my?
I thought it said mole man.
No. Did you see my linen photos I found in a magazine?
Yeah. You got to see this.
Oh,
okay. I'm gonna blow up. Look at this.
Oh my God! Wow, holy. That's an unusual. That is I never saw that picture. Where'd you see these? You mean actual photos?
Yeah.
Oh, that one. Well, that I've seen, but the other one I've never seen.
Those I found in an issue of Doctor Who Monthly. And my wife left a bunch of those behind. My wife used to buy a lot of Japanese magazines, and it says Fuji Color, so I bet it fell out of a magazine or something. So that's the first I've seen of those. I saw them today, and that's
It is
especially like
45 here.
Mhm.
I like that first one you showed,
Yeah,
especially.
yeah, me too. The one here.
Yeah.
Dave, yes, that was on Svengoolie last week.
Yes, and Frankenstein meets the Wolfman as well.
Oh yes. Mhm.
Mason, can you tell me the countdown on my reminder for my stream? Because I'm starting soon.
15 minutes.
That's
You need to
15
start in
minutes
less than
counting.
James. You need to start in less than 20 minutes.
Okay.
Hmm.
And next time I see you, Joe, I have something really cool I got for my birthday last month from a friend. They gave me a Beatles trivia quiz book.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So if you do a live stream, I'll come on. I'll quiz you and Tom.
Oh, that would be fun. That's an idea. That is a good idea.
There's trouble. Like I got that Trivial Pursuit game full of Beatles questions, and one thing I never thought that would like hinder it was my vision. I can't read the cards.
Yeah.
So
Can't read the
Wow.
cards?
I can't read the cards. These glasses are crap for reading that tiny print.
Yeah.
Is it just a matter of getting different glasses?
Well, it could be. But
Hey,
for
we all
right
have you all have glasses here.
now, true.
Oh,
Well,
yeah. All 6 of them.
Oh, I'm aware, Marcus. Don't worry. I'll know when to jump into my live stream.
Does anyone notice that we are the glasses team? We are wearing
Yeah.
all 6 of
We
us.
are.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's true. We are all glasses.
True.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
I
I
can break
wish I
that
didn't
right
have
now. I can break that right now.
Oh, you see his JJ. Yeah,
Yeah,
Calvin.
they're gonna-
No, I'm not going to let
I can't see a damn thing
people
now.
down.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know how
forget
you
it.
feel.
Everything is a blur.
I got bifocals. Just forget.
Well, I'm blind as a bat, too.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
the damn bifocals myself. And I really believe that it was the computers that did this to me.
Yeah.
But
Oh wow.
I don't want bifocals, Joe. You know what I do? When I read a book, I take my glasses off and I can read clearly. And
Oh,
it doesn't
well,
hurt my eyes at all.
that's a great thing.
That is a great thing.
I just need it for my glasses for distance.
That's cool. But when I got that game, I thought this would be a fun thing to do when we've got people like I've got on right now and ask the
Yeah.
question. Well, like I go to look at the cards and go, I can't read them.
I mean, remember how bad I did at the Beatles trivia on that one Doc show?
Oh, I know you aced everything. I remember that.
No, I was so horrible, in fact, that he actually uploaded it as a video.
Oh, the video, yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
beat Mason.
It
I
was
beat
important.
Mason.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can beat Mason. That is not good.
Yeah.
Well, especially when you
But
say,
you know what else I proved? You know what else I proved? That I could kick Zeb's ass at Beach Boys trivia.
But nobody cares about the Beach Boys, though.
Ouch.
Well, that's also true.
Well, you know, it's not.
Pretty much.
Who cares about Don't Worry Baby?
No, we're trying to push the Bay City Rollers now.
Yeah. Basically, now.
Somewhere I got my Saturday night 45. That's the extent for me.
Yeah, I used to have one too.
I don't own a basic rollers, and I feel
Yeah, I
like
know.
I don't need one either.
Yeah.
When I was 15.
I gotta get it. I got. It's
Yeah, yeah, there you go. One of those things that fit inside your them great big ones.
Oh, but yeah, the game is sitting there over there, kind of unloved and unused because I can't read the cards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, I was going to get one, but there's nobody to play it with except online, I guess.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Yeah,
Yeah.
there it is.
Ooh, Beatles Trivial Pursuit. Nice.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
$10.
Yeah.
$10.
Now
Nice.
go
That's
out
awesome,
and get
man.
yourself a magnifying glass.
You know, it was a deluxe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or-
It's the first time I listened to Pet Sounds last night. So bored, I'm gonna suck.
I believe you.
Doc, make me big for a second, please. I have something I want to show to Joe.
Okay.
Oh, be careful there, James.
Don't worry, it's a record.
Oh, all right.
Do you have this one?
Ooh, that's a
Sure.
good one. Yeah.
Sure.
This is a double album.
Way back
I'm not going
then.
to take it out of the thing because it's hard to get it back in. And it's on
Oh.
Yeah, the
colored
yellow
vinyl.
one.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
a
know
lot.
if I have that
But-
that with gold.
But
or
actually,
yellow,
when I
whatever
look at it, when I turn it this way, it looks orange to me, but on the screen, it looks yellow.
Yeah, it looks yellow, right?
but it's more
Hey,
orange.
James, you're sitting on a gold mine there, having it be gold vinyl.
Yeah, I know, right?
In addition to it being a compilation
All right,
that's
you
out
bring
of
me
print.
down.
Okay.
Yeah, do you have this one on colored vinyl, though, Joe?
I'm not sure, believe it or not. I got a couple of them. I'm gonna have to check that. In fact, I can check it pretty quick. I don't think I remember it was at my store. It was at my store, and I passed on it, and then I regretted it and wanted to go get it, but it was gone years ago. And I have two copies, but I don't know if I ever got the yellow. That's what happens. Sometimes you don't remember what you got. You know.
Yeah, Sega George sent me that.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you need a metal glass.
Oh, I can read. Wait a minute. If you get it right, folks, which Beatles movies feature scenes with policemen?
Yeah, all of them, right?
The first one for sure. Let It Be. I think they all do, really.
Yeah,
Yellow Submarine even has a cop in it at one point.
Magical Mystery Tour as well.
And then I'm thinking, Help.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
Boy.
the answer is all of them.
Oh, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the police being in Help.
Yeah, it's the guy who's trying to help him. You know.
Well,
He
they were.
He was considered cop. Yeah.
Which
Beetle defiantly switches his amplifier back on.
George.
Yeah.
I don't even have to look. Who turns off John and George's amplifiers during the final rooftop?
Yeah, him.
I'm too fast. I don't Some of you guys have a chance.
It's okay. Poor Mal.
Oh, I can't read.
Okay.
Sometimes it's right on focus.
It's yeah. Fourth one.
On focus.
What was played?
Little bit.
It's not focused.
That was
Next trivia question is trying to guess what the card says.
Come on,
Doc is in
Very hard
focus.
to read.
Yeah.
What a mess. What a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get a better pair of glasses or something.
Oh, you might have to. I need another one, but I don't want them to get to be Coke bottles.
Too hard. Hey, who's all got?
I have that one too, I think.
Who's all
Not
got?
that one, but I have others best ofs.
Oh, I didn't know they did anything in the 80s.
They didn't.
My little town. Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, I got to go get ready for my live stream.
Okay. Alrighty.
See you, James.
Good luck.
See you later.
Good luck.
I'll be by later, James.
All right, I'll see you later on my stream. Mason, if you want to come, Joe, I'd be honored to have you.
Oh, I know. I'll be there at some point. That's for sure.
Yeah.
One day.
All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye, Jorgen. Bye, Doc.
Yeah,
Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to make an appearance sometime there. I don't know about today.
But So I have to ask Joe about that Lost in Space ride.
Yeah, I was going to bring it up, but when you go on someone else's chat, you don't want to hog the chat.
No, but I did want to hear, but I had to get it in somehow.
I actually did play that one, and it's going to be in my vinyl finds, vinyl spins.
Oh, did he?
It was really nothing. It's not worth. I mean, it's no big deal to get it. You know, I mean, the first side it was just the main titles. For the season 1 and season 3, and then it had the end title. The end credits. And then there were a couple of, I don't know if they were commercial, like bumpers or something. It was very fast. Went by very fast, the first side. And then side 2, you have an interview with Jonathan Harris on the set from the 60s, which I think I heard that online. They just copy them. I mean,
The thing is, even I thought, hey, goody, an album of incidental music.
No.
And it's not.
No.
Yeah.
So what? So that had to have been a disappointing buy.
Yeah, it was, and it was too much, actually.
Yeah. Let's talk about Ringo's solo album.
No, as I tried to make clear during Rachel's interview, but it still didn't come clear. I don't always want to talk about the Beatles. I'd like to get away from it, sometimes, We
can talk about big bands.
Yeah, exactly. But they always come up somehow. It's inevitable.
It draws to you like
that's kind of
spice
what
on
you
sugar.
expect being a Beatles
Yeah.
channel, but
This is what you need.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it, right? And
Well,
that has incidental music.
Oh, lots of it.
Oh,
Oh
that's
yeah,
a
that's
3 CD
everything.
set.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of it.
Yes.
That's what you need.
I had one CD a while ago. Maybe you have it. It looked like it was a cast shot from maybe from season 3, and it had all kinds of incidental music on it. And I don't have it anymore.
Ooh.
It
ooh.
had something called "The Landing." I think is one of my favorite music. When the spaceship is going to go in for a crash landing in
Oh yeah.
the first episode of whenever it was, the pilot or episode or anyway, they used that music every time there was a fight scene. That's the famous
Oh
music.
yeah. Dun, 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 dun,
Y-
Oh
dun,
yeah.
dun.
Oh, I
Mhm.
love that. That's better than Star
Yeah.
Trek music, fight music.
And then you hear the yeah.
Yeah, it's when they go.
Oh yeah.
What Boston
Yeah.
John Williams. John
Yeah.
Williams. Can you believe?
Mm,
There's a lot of good music in
Yeah, but,
Lost in
like,
Space.
yeah.
the one that was always got me was the one where they're in danger and they haven't really found the danger yet, but you know it's coming.
Mhm.
They hear this dun, dun.
Dun,
Oh yeah.
dun,
Wah,
dun,
yeah.
dun,
Wah.
When I was 10 years old, that used to scare the hell out of me.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen? Yeah.
Because you knew something was coming, but you didn't know what. And oh no, no.
Yeah, that's very well done. A very good music score on those.
Mhm. Well, you know what Billy Mommy's favorite piece was?
What?
When they got sentimental.
Oh, I know what you mean. I know how you call it.
Yeah. 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 I remember that one. Yeah.
But that's what I thought this album for Record Store Day was going to be like. Oh, it's going to
No.
be.
You could easily pass it by. And inside too, I mean, the Dr. Smith, Jonathan Harris interview is interesting, although it's available, I think, online. But to have that preserved is nice. It's not that long. It's 10 minutes, maybe a little under. And then there's an interview with Guy Williams and June Lockhart. That's just a waste of time.
See, like,
It's
why
not very-
wasn't any of this brought up with Plastic EP?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Maybe we did. That was before that, wasn't it? It was before Record Store Day.
Oh yeah, easily, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going to be on it or anything. With him, I didn't even know there was going to be a Lost in Space thing. I just happened to be at my store one day when they were putting records like on the side for Record Store Day. I saw they had one copy.
What's that?
And I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that was there. So now I'm like, well, how am I going to get the one copy? They can't sell it to me in advance. You can't.
And it was expensive too.
So yeah, I think it was $38 or something like
$35 or something.
It was too much.
Hang on, here comes a Lost in Space aficionado.
Okay.
Where?
There comes Tim. Hey,
What's
Where?
up, Tim?
here comes Tim.
What's up,
Yeah.
everyone?
Timothy.
Not a whole lot.
Walrus wants to know if anybody picked up the 50 TV theme songs for RSD.
No.
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 I don't know. I have the one that was put out back in the 80s from TV Records. And
Oh
it
yeah,
was
there was a few of them.
Yeah, well, about 90% of the songs were all remade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have an English one.
Somewhere
Yeah.
in the cellar.
There was one in England I used to have, or my wife used to have.
Yeah,
That
two
is why
albums.
I love TV things, but I never buy these because they never are the original versions. They are
Oh yeah.
strings and all
Oh, but
kinds.
the TV tunes was real. I've got I think Tim's got them too.
Hmm.
The ones with like Wonder Woman and Welcome Back Kotter stuff. No,
You frozen, Tim?
He's thinking.
That was a long thought.
Hi, Tim. Tim. Hi, Tim.
What's going on?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
my internet is not working.
All right.
Uh-oh. We have problems. We have technical trouble. Yeah. You want to come out and come back in again, something like that, or reboot
Yeah,
or
if
something?
I do, it'll be a minute. I'll have to reboot everything.
That's okay. I'll take it.
We are experiencing technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Julio.
Oh.
Oh,
I can't answer it, Julio.
Yeah, that's an awesome REM song, Joe. But I think my favorite is "Losing My Religion." That'd be my favorite.
I like that one. I like a few of their songs. Well, unfortunately, that doesn't really. On my phone, I wanted something that says it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, my favorites. I like Orange Crush. I like Stand. I like Losing My Religion. I could sing like that. Losing. How's it go?
I think it's working now. I'm gonna hang out and see.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All
That's
right.
good.
Seems to be better.
All right. So we were talking about the TV themes album and if they were original or not. On
Mhm.
that one, I don't think a lot of those didn't. The albums I'm thinking, I don't think they were the originals.
I actually still have it.
No, the ones by TV Records in the 70s or late 70s and 80s were 80% not original and maybe 20% original. I mean, they did a really good job on redoing them. I think they
The
even
only
got
thing
the
I-
Wellingtons back to do Gilligan's Island, but
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
those. Are you
Mhm.
sure?
But I'm pretty sure it was still the Wellingtons.
Are you
Sounded
sure
like
those
it.
are originals?
No, they're not. Most
what
of
I'm
No.
them are not.
Yeah.
No,
Mhm.
those most of them
I
are
used to
not,
have
but
that
some
one, too.
are. Like the Jetsons is.
65.
Yeah.
I thought this was the greatest thing since sliced bread, and I said I've got to have it. And then,
But the
oh my
Jetsons is,
God,
the
so what I'm
Flintstones
not-
is, some of them are.
Yeah.
you know what the worst one was on here? Petticoat Junction.
Oh.
Wasn't even close.
Yeah.
Terrible. Ugh. So yeah, this thing sucked.
Like Gilligan's Island is redone, but it's done really well, and I think it's the
Yeah.
same guys.
No, I see. I finally got the comments on here. I didn't have the comments up.
Ooh.
Yakking with friends. Hello.
You're right here. Hello. Hi, Joe.
And
Yeah, and don't forget Man on the Moon.
on the
Mark.
moon, yeah.
Put a man on the moon.
Yeah.
Shiny, happy people.
Yeah.
You know, one that really doesn't get much mention is one of my favorites. It was a single, but I don't think it became one of their big hits. Near Wild Heaven. That's a great one.
You know, I noticed, Doc. Not that it doesn't matter to me, but I noticed you usually I thought like the little distance in your squares. This time you usually say, "Oh no, not so close." Don't do it on my account. I'm fine. I just noticed that.
Like that.
Yeah.
There we go.
It
You
doesn't
know
matter
what
to
I
me.
don't like about this? It reminds me of watching movies on TV with the black bars on the bottom. It's
Oh,
like
whoa.
I'm missing screen.
You wait a minute.
You got
don't
a
really think
problem
you're
there,
missing
Doc, because
screen.
that's what most movies are used in for the aspect ratio, especially the newer ones.
Well, this aspect ratio scares me. It's like when people take out their phones and they.
Oh yeah, I totally hate like the one black bar on top and one black bar on the bottom widescreen. I mean, there are ways to use widescreen without it having to be black bars.
You turn your phone.
I don't want. That's a big debate because
Yeah.
when that first started, everybody thought you were getting black bars. You're getting more. You're getting more information, right? Just that depends on the type, the size of your screen, whether or not.
Yeah, it's the original aspect ratio of the film. It's what the director intended.
Mm-hmm. True, but like when you're taking a picture of, I don't know, like a fire. Like, oh look, there's a fire up there. It's like you're looking through a keyhole.
Oh, well, yeah. You certainly can't watch that like on the TV screen. If you're watching like a really widescreen movie on like a 19-inch set or a 20-inch TV set, that's not too good. If you have a 55-inch TV, 60-inch TV, it's better.
Well, even a 43 inches, which is the one I just purchased, that's still a pretty good one for widescreen.
Well, yeah, because at least you've got some space.
But you think about back in the old days, and I can even remember this because my family still had these when I was growing up as a kid. But the old box TVs, the tube ones,
Mhm.
uh, that were made before high definition, and what they were that the aspect ratio was not widescreen; it was
Right.
more
Four
crunched
by
up
three.
to fit the size of the TV screen. And when you take stuff that was made in an aspect ratio for those TVs, and then you're watching it on a 4K 55-inch, typically you get the two black bars side to side
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
because it's not widescreen, it's not stretched.
Right.
Yeah.
Like when we
yeah.
do that, like a good
You
example,
can-
like when we're watching like Frasier now on DVDs, we watch them on our big widescreen set, and just like it looks now on Doxy, there's it's a square. It was shot as a
Yeah.
square,
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
you're
That's
supposed
how
to
it
have it
is.
as a square image, and that means that you have black on the sides, like Doc was just doing. But
But
Yeah,
you
well,
can
if you
stretch
go
it
on
wide.
if
But if
you
you
go
stretch
and
it
watch it
wide,
on the old
everybody
box
looks.
TV, then if you go and watch that in that aspect ratio on the old box TV, it's going to give a full screen because it was made for a
full
square
screen.
TV like that,
But
and
Yeah,
then
it
you're
was made
watching
for
it
a
on the
square.
4K
Yeah.
And I
widescreen.
don't like I'm trying to say, well, I don't like watching like a square but blowing it up rectangular to get to fill up your screen when in reality you're distorting the picture. It's not supposed to be like
Yeah, you guys will just go,
yeah.
whatever.
So,
But does anybody watch the cartoons on Me TV?
no.
No, because they're taking the 4 by 3 and converting them, if you want to call it that, to widescreen by chopping off the
Yeah,
top.
that's what they do. Yeah,
So,
Yeah.
so you see characters walking around like this. See, watch
yeah,
that.
exactly.
You might
Well,
as
I
well
think
watch
there's
them the way they were.
I've read where there's like better ways to transfer is it 4.3 to 16.9 without
Yeah.
having to screw up the picture quality.
Yeah.
There's ways to avoid it.
Well, they
But
do it a little bit where it's not totally
a
filled.
lot of people just like do
You
it
get a
as the
skinny
cheapest
bar.
way possible. There's ways to perfect it without it making it look awkward.
Well, if you take anything that was shot in 4.3 box, like we're in now, the boxes, and you make it rectangular, you're gonna lose something. Even if it's
Yeah.
just a little bit, you're gonna have
Yeah,
to lose
no,
something.
you're gonna lose something, but the only way to do it right is to take the whatever it is and to do it scene by scene, shot by shot. If this shot, okay, if everything's high, then you take it off the bottom, and in the next shot, if everything's low, then you take it off the top.
Ooh.
But you have to do it scene by scene. If you just chop it in the middle, you're gonna lose some on both, and
Yeah,
it's
and
never
they
gonna
don't
look
usually
right.
take the time to do that. Like the Three
No,
Stooges, even the Three Stooges
Yeah.
were shot. Well, most of them until you got to like 58 or something. 50, I think 53 is when widescreen came in, like rectangular. We say rectangular.
Cinerama.
Yeah, it came in 53. So if you watch any of the Stooges shorts before that with Curly or something, they were all
Yeah.
supposed to be square. But you watch them
yeah.
on MeTV, and they do make them rectangular, but you're going to lose a little bit. You have to lose a little.
Well,
Sometimes it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Well, my
little bit.
question about that is like if we've had widescreen, 16.9 widescreen since the 50s, then why? Like for example, I'll watch programs from the TV programs that were shot in the 80s as reruns on TV, but it'll still be in the 4.3 aspect ratio. If they had the technology to do widescreen since the 50s, why didn't most
Well,
What do you mean on television?
It's not
programs
the
go
same
that route?
technology.
Well, no, television was, but television wasn't wasn't
Yeah,
widescreen.
it's two
Oh
different
yeah,
technologies.
you got to think about that. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Television was square or the round. Remember,
Yeah.
the round tube.
That's
Yeah,
right.
the
I
earlier
forgot
ones.
about
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
To shoot widescreen, what they're really doing is just blocking the top and the bottom of the camera. It's still the same size image. In digital, maybe it's not, but in film, you mask the top and the bottom, and
Yeah.
you get a wide screen, and that's how it's
Yes.
shot. So it's actually
Yes.
shot normally, but you mask the top and the bottom, and you
Yeah,
get wide
that's
screen.
interesting too, because that is true. In the 50s too, they shot. He's saying they shot him like if they were shooting my image like this, right? They'd
Yeah.
shoot me like like that.
Yeah.
Because they knew theatrically they're gonna like mat off the top.
Well, it even showed in the camera. If you look through the camera, it showed where it was
yeah.
masked off.
But sometimes you get those DVDs. Some of them are in full frame like this, and people say I like this better because there's more room on the top. I like it better this way because there's more room. But the director didn't want you to see this. He shot this with the idea that it was going to be cut off. Say where the top of my shelf is. You weren't going to see. That you weren't supposed to see it. It's a long story, but you know what I mean. I think some of you out there.
There was such a thing as premium widescreen letterbox laserdisc. What?
Yeah, but they were. That's the one thing I don't like about Laserdiscs is all widescreen Laserdiscs are in a 4:3 format. So
yeah.
to get them to be widescreen, you have to blow them up, and you lose obviously some picture
and that's
quality
because
when you do that.
you didn't have widescreen televisions yet.
Yeah, because you didn't have widescreen televisions. Laserdisc went out about 2001 or 2002 or something like that.
So now they have widescreen televisions, like you were saying earlier.
Widescreen televisions,
and so the payoff now is when you watch something old.
Yeah,
you get a square in the middle with the sides now.
Yeah, but I blow it up. I blow it up to widescreen.
Yeah, it doesn't. Well, if it doesn't look too distorted, I might do that. But sometimes it looks a little distorted.
All you gotta do is just fiddle with your TV settings and change your TV's aspect.
And you got to remember too, we were talking about theatrical. The reason remember we said like Mason was saying, well, how come in the 50s if they had the technology they didn't do that? And I said, well, because televisions were still like square.
Yeah, I forgot about that, Joe.
But the thing is, that's why, as you know, theatrical films went wide to begin with to combat television. Television came in, and they wanted to. People weren't going to go to the movies as much, so in order to compensate, they said, "Come here and see widescreen." They made their films wide.
Yeah, or they just give you a set of dishes.
Oh yeah, box detergent too.
Yeah.
I want to get the pattern that has the roses on it, please. Oh, sorry. We've changed designs. You have to get the one with the farm animals on.
It's Robert S.
Oh,
hey,
Rob
Robert.
Obscure.
Hello. Hello,
Rob
nice.
Obscure.
Hello. Hey.
Yeah. When I already said about to Tim and Doc about my anniversary YouTube later this month, and I got one response so far, and I don't know anything about. My girlfriend told me the way to do that is you want to make a video to send it through the Google Drive app. I don't even know what that means.
I don't even know what a Google Drive is.
Yeah, I don't even know how I'm going to get a copy of it because I just don't understand that.
Well,
But
like you had an address there with the Gmail, I think something.
no,
like
there's
that.
no Gmail. I know it's AOL.
Or okay, but it was one of those, and I went like, why couldn't you just send it through that? And I don't know what a Google Drive is.
I know she told me like I don't know if you
Google Drive is a cloud.
It's a cloud.
Cloud.
Yeah. It's their cloud. You can upload it as a hard drive in the internet, and you can pick it down from anywhere, any computer, anywhere. Not only you have it stored in some kind of a computer, but you can pick it from any computer, not only your own.
My girlfriend says if you send it right to my email without Google Drive, just send it to my email. If you do that, it's too big. The file's too large or something. It's got to go through Google Drive into the. I don't know.
Google Drive, you get 15 gigabyte free, and then after that you have to buy to get some more. To pay to get some more.
Well, one guy tried sending me one. I think Andy Nichols. He tried sending me one, and I tried to open it on my phone anyway. I went to my email and I opened it up, and it said you do not have permission to open it. I'm like, give me a break, So if anybody can do it, I appreciate it.
I think there is a limit for Hotmail though. If you have Hotmail or any mail for limit for how big a file can be for send it. But you don't have to need to have a mail to send it to Google Drive, because Google Drive you upload it from the computer.
Well, I have a Gmail account. I assume everybody here has to have one. Right?
Well, you have to have a YouTube.
If you have a YouTube account, you most likely have a Gmail account.
Yeah, I got one.
Google owns it.
Well, like for example, I don't think I think to have a YouTube channel, it's got to be Gmail, because I don't think you can with a YouTube channel you can't log in via Yahoo or
I log in via
look
Yahoo.
for any of
You
those.
can do it. I do it, but as Google, you have to have Google account to have a YouTube channel. Then you most likely get a Gmail account. But not far from everybody uses it and have
We're at the
logged
top
in on
right
Gmail.
of the page, and you'll see the Google Drive option.
Top right of this page.
I don't know. I'm gonna.
Yeah, what page?
Because I'm looking
StreamYard?
at my phone,
Yeah.
Android.
I'm looking at StreamYard.
I have it on my Android.
Oh, maybe it's because I'm on a StreamYard tab that it's not working.
Yeah.
Because I just thought, I actually said to my girlfriend, what can I do for when it's my 10th anniversary on YouTube? I figured I'd just go to the park or something to make a video. Hey, everybody, thanks for all the years and watching. And then she says, no, why don't you have everybody send in a short clip, a few seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Hey, congratulations. And just make a montage of people.
Yeah.
I already shot Don.
Mm-hmm.
Don and Bazooka Joe and a few people that I know here. So I asked people, I sent emails out, hey, can you want to do this? They said, said sure. Some people know how to do it, some don't. I don't know how to do it. My girlfriend told me this. I don't know how to do it.
But doesn't she know how to do it?
Yeah, she told me what to write. When I asked in the email, she knows how to do it, and she told me what to say in the email. I wrote an email, but that email I sent you guys, it's the same one. I just changed the names. Hi, Doc. Hi, Tim. I just send this. I copy and paste it to like 10 people.
I don't have a Gmail page though.
On the Gmail page on your laptop, hit the small square icon on the top right.
Oh, poor Yaki. Paul's not coming to his city. That's sad for him.
Oh, Paul. Did anybody talk about Paul yet? It's always like, I always feel like, Paul. Yeah, no more Paul. Oh.
We're actually talking about
I've seen a few of those clips, and I'm thinking, like, well, first of all, the sound quality wasn't very good. It's very echoey.
Yeah.
But what I could hear is like, yeah, he's straining some.
Yeah.
So, I like people are going like, yeah, and on the one where John shows up on the screen, you can hear audibly, "Oh my God!" Like, didn't expect that.
He rose from the dead.
Yeah. Whoa.
At the same time, I'm glad they went that route instead of just doing the hologram thing.
Yeah.
Like showing old footage of them and just syncing it up with the live performance. That's the better way to go about paying tribute to that than trying to make a fake hologram. Because I remember,
I wasn't gonna.
I remember, for example,
but I may go.
The Beach Boys' 50th anniversary tour. Obviously Carl and Dennis had both passed on, but I remember they used old footage of them and synced it up with the live performance. I thought that was a good tribute to that.
Nobody cares.
Was I looking at the right spot?
Yeah,
I have in the private chat now made a link to Google Drives. Link if you want.
Yeah, I just went to Google Drives and my documents came up. I'm like, okay, now what?
Yeah, I don't know how to do this. Well, if anybody else, he says something about Dropbox also. I don't know what the hell that is. I don't know why you can't. I don't know how to. I'm so frustrated because I don't know everything. There's know about how to do these things. All I know is just if you want to shoot a video, hey, good luck, hey, congratulations, Mayo, whatever, and then send it. How do I get it? I don't know.
But Dropbox is the same as Google Drive. They are two different kind of companies.
Yeah.
But you do the same as you do with uploading a video. You can drag the document onto the Google Drive page, and just like you taking a video clip and put it on the uploading page on YouTube. So it's the same.
This thing.
Adam.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that is what I linked in the private chat.
Everybody write that down. We might need it later.
Maybe we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Is this like an app you got to download?
See, I'm also trying
It
to
is a
figure out
web
something
page.
else.
You can have it on an app though, but it's a web page.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have it as an app thing.
Oh dear. Hi, Adam.
What
Hi,
about like
Adam.
when I did like, I was interviewed by Rachel, the music ma'am, yesterday, and what I wanted to like make note of it on my channel, but I have to make a video. I don't know the way of doing it. Like I have to do something saying, "Hey, everybody, here I did an interview for Rachel, and if you want to see it, click the link below." And I have to make like a 30-second video because I don't know how else to put anything up except that.
I don't know how to do it, but there's those little box things that come up that people use all the time. Like Matthew Street uses them, but I've never used one.
Oh, you mean like
use them.
you mean just like message kind of thing?
Yeah,
I know.
I don't know
I know how to
what
do
they're
that.
called, but those little box things that come up, you
Yeah,
can
I
do
know how to
polls
do that.
on
You
them
gotta
or whatever.
you gotta
Comments,
upload.
right?
To do
I
that,
don't
you
think-
gotta upload the video through your computer. It can't be through your phone.
What do
I
they
don't
call
think
it? Comments. The
they're
comment.
They're not comments. I don't know what they're called.
You mean like at the near the end of the video where they have a little box
No,
for
no,
another video
no.
to pop up on
They're
the screen?
separate.
like a message?
Here, I'm
Adam, your
going
bell
to
is broken.
YouTube to see what they're called. Because I don't know.
I
I've
actually
never
never
used them.
understood the bell either, Adam.
Well, I think I know what Tim's talking
Yeah.
about. It'll be because I remember when I used to make videos through my laptop. I used to do something like that where
Community
it would be near the end of my
They're
video.
separate. They're
I
not
would set it
videos.
up to where
know
another
what
one
you
of my videos would pop up on the screen, and you could
But they're
click
not
on that
coming
to go
up
to
on
that
this.
video.
Joe's going to have like
Community
100 or
community
so
tab,
Yeah.
people sitting. So it's
It's a
going to be like a half
community-
hour long.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Tim,
I
the
always
community tab.
get those things, and I'm not getting them. When I need them, they're not there.
She says Robert B is correct. So like this, attach the file to your email. It'll say, no, it's too big, but then it will use Google Drive to send it. So it's like a default. Or something.
I do like this. It's getting half past. It's 30 minutes to midnight here, so I'm going to go to bed anyway. So I'm signing off so Robert P can get here and
Okay.
actually do some explaining.
Ah,
Okay.
All right, sir.
So
Thank
take
you.
care, everybody.
See you, Jorgen.
See you, Jorgen.
au revoir, Jorgen.
Yeah.
Bye-byes.
Okay. Well, one more.
Yeah, I
One
think
more spot.
what he wrote is,
wow.
yeah, you don't have to do anything. You just attach it to your file to your email. It will tell you it's too big. Then it will use Google Drive to send it. It will also ask view only, edit permissions.
It sounds
Then
like
it will send.
it has a
Because
default.
it looks like Andy just sent it again, and it still tells me that I don't have permission to open it. He tried something different. He sent it twice. I don't want to keep bothering him about this. It says open. I hit open, and I try to open it on my phone anyway, and it says you don't have permission to access this video. So I don't know.
We've got to make this happen somehow.
Yeah, I'll probably just go. Yeah, and then I asked Larry. I asked a few people. Canadian Stud Muffin.
Van on wheels.
Yeah, Van on Wheels. I asked Henry.
Henry? No. Who else could you have?
As people are asking me.
Rick Beato.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now somebody says, "Can I send it through WeTransfer?" I'm not sure if I've sent anything through Google Drive. I don't know I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, Robert P. will tell us how it's done.
Yes.
There we go.
Oh, there he is. Hello,
Hey.
Robert.
Well, I was listening. I just got home from my daughter's. I appreciate you allowing me on.
Oh, all the time. All the time.
There's two ways to do large files because we do it between a lot of us from Canada and so forth. One is there's a program online called WeTransfer. It's a free online transfer. You can transfer up to
I've
2
actually used
gigabytes.
it. I know what Robert's talking about.
Very
I've used
easy. You just put whatever you want to send someone into a folder, zip it, if you know how to do that. You press the folder. And then once it's there, you just attach it through that program and email it to whoever it is. And it goes instantly. I've sent entire DVDs to people that way, like what do you call it? The file for the DVD.
It works for both email and if you want to create a link to send to like an Instagram or Messenger or something like that.
Well, now the other way Joe was talking about, the reason he couldn't open the product that someone sent him, because the person failed to go to the edit box and give permissions for him. So when you want to send a large file through your Gmail, you just attach the file. It will tell you it's too big, and you say, okay. Then the next time it's going to use Google Drive, and you say, fine. Then a box will come up after it's attached and say, like, for permissions, and you have to say edit only, read only, give the permissions that you want for that product you're sending. And if you click edit, allow editing, that means they can do anything they want with it, and then mail it, and it'll go, and they'll get a notification on their end saying you received this file and you accept it, and then they can download it and edit it. Now, if you didn't give any permissions, they won't be able to do anything with it.
Right.
So that's the trick, is once it does attach itself, look for that edit box to finish it, because it's going to ask for permissions. But I thought you retransfer, we switched to that because it's free and it's so much easier for doing.
I've used
files.
WeTransfer for like sending digital recording files out. I've done that a bunch of times.
Well, that's what it's for. Like I said, you can have an entire CD, 740 megabytes maybe, so you can send a whole CD's worth of WAV files to somebody instantly. Or I've sent a full
I've never
DVD.
used WAV, but I did use MP3.
I've sent videos. And I think you were talking about this video earlier. If you want me to show one, I can show you one. I picked this up last week.
Oh.
It's not the Blu-ray. They were gone.
Where'd that come from?
I got this off of Amazon.
Really?
And it's the same one they made in February. It's the regular one. But I'll open it. The problem I found with it, well, you get a little card, and that was it. Little card, and it offers the book and the Let It Be. I don't know if you can see that. Let It Be. But here's what I didn't like. They put all 3 CDs on one spindle.
Yeah. It's not so bad when it's 3. If it's like 30, then it's a pain.
You get these are now. This is the same as in the Blu-ray as far as the labels and everything look identical.
Who put this release out? Disney?
Yeah, I'm assuming Disney and whoever, Universal Music. But then on top of that, you get some photographs and things. Well, because my DVD didn't have any photographs, and I'm kind of weird about that, so I made my own to go with this set.
Oh.
I made my own photographs. So they're slightly different than the ones that would come with the official set.
Billy.
And that's what I put in my set. And this particular set, whether he's listening or not, he knows already. This is a set that I'm giving to Beetle Brad for his birthday.
Oh, that's nice.
His birthday is May 22nd.
Mine was April 14th. Well, I've got plenty of gifts that I appreciate, Robert. In fact, just the other day I was cleaning up around here, and I found so many of them that I treasure. Thank you so much.
Well, one of the other things I wanted to bring up, it's not just his birthday, but that was the day that he went into hospital for his operation to cure his cancer.
That's right.
And so it's the anniversary of, I think, 3 years now being cancer free.
That's incredible.
And so that's a reason that we're going to be celebrating. And we just so happen to be going that direction, me and my wife, to visit my grandkids. So we'll be stopping off and spending a couple of days with Beetle Brad and his wife, and celebrating his birthday and his 3-year in remission, or whatever you want to refer to it as. And that's why I figured I would give him something special. And since I'm on my soapbox, I apologize.
Okay.
Anyone watch that parallelogram today? Beatles thing? What's his name?
I did.
Andrew does. I like that show a lot. Anyway, he mentioned the Twist and Shout LP from Canada.
Yep.
Well, the first few Canadian issues that came out, they had this sticker. I don't know if you can see it. Was a hype sticker that was on it. And you got a free 8x10. And I think he said the first 10 people. So I don't know how rare it really is. But anyways, I've reproduced this for our friend in Canada, Paul. and then I reproduced the 8x10 that would have came with it. So this is the rare 8x10 you would have gotten had you, and this is an 8x10, had you bought in that particular product.
Nice.
At that time. So you can cut the sticker out, stick it on your Twist and Shout album, and shove this inside. And we're not trying to pass them off as originals. There are slight differences just for that reason. And then this is something else I figured was cool. I printed a bunch of these. These are on stickers too, by the way. That was a sticker that came with Hey Jude as a hype sticker on the outside.
Early hype stickers.
Yeah, my camera's not that great, but some of them had a little bit brighter green and a little bit green more like this is. So I made one in between. And, same as far as I know, it's a little bit larger. I think it was 2 inches. This is 2 1/4, 2 1/2. So I can cut one of them out and stick it on your album for you.
We're sticking on
I've been busy doing. That's what I've been busy.
lunchbox, whatever.
My artwork for the month.
Pretty cool.
I'm
Nice
not
job.
really doing a lot anymore because eBay screwed stuff up. People screwed stuff up. I am not passing out a lot of material anymore. I'm once in a while I'll send something to somebody and they'll know what I do. But if there's a
We all
request,
appreciate it for sure.
I said if there's a request, I'll try to meet them. But it's one of those things where some people got a little out of hand and other people, just eBay itself and things. They used to try to sell things for like $5 and $6, just be fair, and try to just let people have something. I basically just want my cost back, and then people get weird about it. So I figure I'm not going to cause trouble.
$25 for shipping.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's now $4 to ship anything, I think, in the world, isn't it? Like minimum cost is $4.
I think so, but I mean, when they're saying like, "Oh, you can have this and $20 shipping," like, come on.
For media mail, it's not getting any better.
They're just trying to soak you. That's what they're trying to do.
And anyways, I just thought I'd share that. It was something.
Okay, that's cool stuff.
Excuse me. Sorry about your car, buddy.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh,
I
saw
purposely,
that video.
when I had a truck, I take my hitch off every time I got home from camping. I never left that long hitch on the back, but I had the exact same thing happen to me someone backed into my Equinox like that when I had an Equinox, and you could see the scrape all the way up the bumper.
I know it's like that 4-inch,
yeah.
Exactly what it was
like a trailer hitch.
And they never got to the grill though. They just got up the bumper and made a big 6-inch scrape on my bumper, but they never did the grill. But I had to fix it because it was
there's a maroon pickup truck that parks about in the same spot sometimes.
I told you.
Next time he's parked down there, I'm going to check him for 1, trailer hitch, and 2, red paint.
Get Quincy out.
We will see. To be continued.
We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
There.
We're looking for the red paint.
That's what you need, for your
Red paint and a ponytail.
Yeah.
Your pony lost his tail, I saw.
Yeah. I know. As Indie Disc says, it's Phoebe. He's got to pay them fees.
Phoebe.
Well, I hope that answered your question. I don't know if you can still do
it. We got a month to figure it out, I guess.
Thanks for helping out with that.
Yeah, it's a cool idea, but we just got to figure out how to do it and what method works.
You know who else would know? Not that Robert. I'm sure you know exactly what you're doing, but Schnee does it all the time. So he's another one that he might have a different way yet. I don't know. I mean, when he put together that Christmas thing, had to be all through emails.
That's true.
Yeah, he probably knows. I just know WeTransfer is good for just about any kind of file.
Yeah, somebody just asked me, said,
can I don't know how he does it.
Can I do it, by WeTransfer? Somebody asked me.
I've never made a video myself like you guys do, so I don't know how you save them as MP4.
WeTransfer has always worked well for me for sending, like I can take, for example, an album that I have off of a downloaded album, of course, that I have off of iTunes on my computer. I can take that and upload it to WeTransfer and share it through email or create a link to send on a social media platform.
I made pea soup if anybody wants any.
I like that.
What kind of soup? What kind of soup?
Pea soup.
Pea soup.
Split pea soup. You know,
That's a French Canadian delicacy.
Yeah.
me and my wife like it. The only difference is we put cream corn in it and we blend it after we're done to add a little extra flavor and a little extra creaminess to it. Something
Corned beef.
our father always did.
Stephen Schnee's got a Dropbox.
Yeah, I've heard of that too. I'm all mixed up with it. Well, let me ask you this: whatever it is, whether it's we transfer, whether it's Dropbox, no matter what it is, I'm told by my girlfriend that from my end, because I don't know anything about this, it doesn't matter, right? I just get it in my email. I just get it out of my email.
The nice thing about transfer is you don't need an account. You can actually, anything under 2 gigs, you can send it. Just go on the thing and say, send to this email. They just verify you really quick, which is no problem. They just want to make sure you're who you are, like your email is your email. Then you don't have to have an account. But if it's above that, you may have to get an account if you want to send 4 gigs or 6 gigs. But
okay, but how big is a 30-second little video saying
MP4? Not very big at all.
Unless maybe you drop the
DPI.
Anybody else who wants to send one, anybody, Jeff, Robert, Mason, it's fine. I'm looking for everybody's, like that.
If I send a small file to Joe, he would just receive an email. And once he gets the email, he just opens it and then WeTransfer says download. You're done.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about any of the WeTransfer.
But Dropbox, you need an account, and that becomes an issue.
Right.
But the WeTransfer, you do not need an account. And that's how we transfer audio files in full wave format or FLAC format.
I don't want to deal with any accounts or anything.
Yeah. Thank you, Stephen. Also, yeah. Friends on Facebook, so maybe we can be friends if I know is that's the name you use. Just all you have to do is send me a request. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. When it comes to stuff like that, I'm like, oh, too much trouble. Oh, and and I'm just like, just do it. I have to learn a lot of things. I'm so glad that Matthew Street told me how to make for thumbnails, how to make collages, which now I'm having a lot of fun with, so that I can do things with thumbnail pictures where I can have multiple people in the shots or something on a thumbnail.
Are you officially retired now, so you can spend more time at this?
Yeah, I am, but there's all kinds of things going. I've been hinting around about them, and let's just put it this way: it's my girlfriend. It's not me. We thought she thought she had food poisoning.
Oh,
well, 2 things happened. Number one, she went to the emergency room. This is going back April 10th, so haven't been talking about it since then. But it turned out to be very high diabetes, which you can get that under control. She's got that under control, but they did find cancer cells in there. So Tuesday is the big day when we go down and see what the deal is. What's the story? How much? What is it? And that's Tuesday. So and then it was like, I retire. It's my 60th birthday in the middle of that. And then the retirement. But as I say, it's not about me. It's not about me. It's about her. But I'm just, just saying. So I don't know. I wondered, should I make a video? Should I say anything? I'm usually pretty open, but I didn't want to say too much. And that's it. So I just hope everybody, keep bringing your thoughts. Let's see what happens. I don't know. They're gonna have to operate anyway. No matter what, they gotta operate. So whether with cancer or no cancer, they gotta take the stuff out. The female stuff out.
I'll add her to my prayer list, but I have to say, Ms. Mayo. I don't know who she is. Don't worry.
Ms. Mayo. I like that. But so yeah. Well, anyway, that's that story. Let's say that's life, right? It's always something. Yeah. It's the way it is.
Yeah, but why does it have to be now?
Well, yeah, I mean, that sounds awful on my part, but it's like, again, I laugh and I said, let's put it this way. I thought it was going to be me because I'll be vague about it, but I've got some things that have to be checked out too for a long time. And I've been putting off. And I said, once I retire, I don't have to work anymore. I'm going to go and get mine checked. And then this happened. 2 weeks before my retirement. So now I got to wait for her to get more stable. Then I'll go check mine out. So it's like, hey, let's see how it goes.
Good insurance helps too.
In other words, getting old sucks.
Well, it's better than the alternative, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a friend that always says that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know people that have died young, two young, my sister, my best friend, and it's no bargain. I don't mean to bring the party down, but
I've had a few myself, my brothers.
Yeah.
But so, everybody but Mason would know about this because he's so young. He won't know about this for another 45 years.
Yeah, for a long time.
And my brother died when I was 30, so I was kind of young.
Yeah.
Other ones.
Still, mortality's on the doorstep. So
that's why you be nice to everybody daily.
Yeah.
Right.
Stay friends and try to keep your disposition.
Keep your spirits up. Whatever.
My wife retired Friday, so tomorrow first official day unretired.
Oh, it's a week after me. I was the Friday before. And then you might not know, Robert. It's funny looking back on it, but I had a record store day. Last Saturday before was my first day retired. So 6:30 in the morning, I go to the record store to wait online, and I go there. Beautiful day, and I had the camera up. I'm driving the car, and I'm like, hey everybody, you can see the video. I said, hey everybody, it's record store day, and I'm retired, and now I don't have to call in sick anymore to go to record store day or something like that. Take personal days. And I shut the camera off. I did, and I put the camera down, but my mind was still not on what I was doing, and I was going to just go to the right lane, and there was a guy over there, Did I just say that? Well, they don't know my name. You don't know who I am.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was minor. Thank God. But it never happened. Driving, I've been driving my whole life. Any accident or fender bender I ever had has been minor, but it's always been the other guy. I've either been parked or somebody would hit me while I'm parked. Or I'd be at a red light.
I know how that goes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right.
Yes,
of course.
please, Doc, be careful, man.
Yeah. And this time, I'm like, oh man, I'm like, wow, and it's like, all right, but hey, look, because of what I was talking about previously, we learned some things are more important to worry about. That can be fixed. Nobody was hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So happy retirement. My first day was 6:30 in the morning. You can't beat that. It's amazing.
I was the residual of some extra stuff because of it. I bought her a 27-inch monitor to use at work as opposed to the mini ones they give her. And she brought it home, and I didn't realize how big it really was. I think I only had a 25-inch before, but this thing seems like it's massive. I got it now. So
that's a monitor.
I can show you. I don't know if you can see or not, but I don't know if it shows you here. Oh, you probably can't see. It's huge. I don't know. I'm upside down.
Upside.
Anyways, the old one I had seemed like maybe it was like 19 or 25, whatever. It wasn't this big, and I'm like, now you guys are like, if I put you on big screen, you're like this big, You can see the pimple on the end of your nose there.
No.
I'm just saying it's interesting that she couldn't use it. I said, well, that's going to be too big for your desk. So guess who gets it? I took it.
I got a 37-inch.
Oh wow, that's even bigger. Okay, so mine is a baby compared to that.
You have a 37-inch, and you're always going like this.
Well, on my
I can't use. I don't have a camera, so I have to use my little laptop. This is only 11 inches here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm doing this all the time because this is only 11 inches, but my computer monitor is huge.
Well, my everyday computer is hooked to my 55-inch TV, and that's what I use to watch all my videos, all my YouTubes. I do everything in that room.
I could take an HDMI and hook it to this TV.
This is just for
that can cause a lot of problems. I know that one time I HDMI the laptop to my TV, and when I unplugged it, and the next time I tried to use it just without the HDMI, no sound, and I never got the sound back on that computer.
Uh-oh.
That was an issue. No human glare air. But anyways, I like it on the 55-inch TV even better when I'm watching YouTube videos and stuff.
Yeah.
I've been watching Family Affair all week. My
Family
friend gave-
Affair, did you say?
Yeah, my friend gave me the whole series on a thumb drive, and I've
Oh
been
my god,
Ooh.
I love those old shows. I love them. I grew up with
Yeah.
them, but Family Affair always, even as a child, kind of bored the hell out of me.
It's-
Is it
like I
like
said,
that?
it's something to watch. It's
Yeah, yeah,
when
yeah.
you're
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
late at night,
and
I just watch it. It seems like every show almost starts the same, but I figured I haven't seen it in 30 years.
I like the theme
Yeah.
music.
Oh
What's-
yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was just
What's
crazy
his
because I
name?
jumped
What's-
ahead. And like Sissy's all like dressed like a hippie and stuff. And I'm
Sissy,
like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's
You
all
like
dated.
and that guy Brian Keith is so dour. He's
Yeah.
so
Yeah, he
So, like,
seems
he-
mean to
he's
me.
frightening.
It seems like those kids should be taken away from him.
Hey Buffy, hey Jody, hey how you doing, Buffy?
He just
Jody?
seems-
Yeah.
he just seems
Who do you like
mean.
better,
Give him a
Sebastian
Mr.
Cabot or
French.
John Williams?
well, no, I
Mr.
like
French
that.
liked him better
Yeah,
than he
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
He really lost a lot of weight by the end of the show, and then he died like a few years later. It was sad. 'Cause
Oh.
Yeah.
I think it ended in 72 or something. He died in 76.
I should
Mhm.
have bought that Sebastian Cabot album. Sebastian Cabot sings
I
Bob
have
Dylan.
it.
I should have had that.
Yeah. He did
Who
that. Ghost
killed
Story
Davy
series.
Moore?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it. I play
Mhm.
songs from it once in a while.
Yeah, he was only 59 years old. It makes
Oh.
us seem older now.
Yeah, you gotta count every day, don't you?
It's so funny. He seems so refined on that show, but
Mm.
really he wasn't. He was kind of a gruff talking guy and
Yeah.
had kind of a New York accent. And but on that show, he's
Oh.
And Brian Keith was the sweetheart.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the one I remember anyway.
Mhm.
When I was a kid, I remember Sebastian Cabot more than the rest.
oh yeah,
Uncle Bill he goes, oh, yeah, what do you think about that, Uncle Bill?
yeah. I
Yeah, that
remember
little kid
Sebastian
grew up to
Cabot
be.
and Mrs. Beasley are the two.
Oh yeah.
This is big.
That's
Oh,
scary. She's scary.
nothing
Yeah.
like having a haunted doll in your house.
Yeah.
Said they should do a Miss Beasley versus Chucky or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Here we go. Or yeah.
That's a
remember-
movie. That's a movie.
At
Oh,
one
somebody
point
probably
when I
already
was
got
a
it on
kid, they
YouTube
were
already.
it was the Courtship of Eddie's Father and Family Affair back to back.
I remember.
I'd like to see the Eddie's Father episodes. I mean, it was funny. I remember, like, I was the same age as Brandon Cruz, that kid, and I didn't have a dad because we were divorced, and it never really bothered me. I grew up fine with it, but whenever I watched that show, I started to get a little depressed because it was like my best friend walking down the beach. Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
I never really thought about it till I watched that show.
And he gave me Man from Uncle. He gave me that
Oh.
another show. All the Three Stooges. He gave me like 400 Three Stooges movies. Like everything.
Oh
he
yeah,
produced.
I love the Stooges. Don't get
I'll
as I
start
get
watching.
older, not so much, but I still like them a lot.
I'll start
Yeah.
watching those, but I have to watch them when my wife's asleep because she hates the Three Stooges.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and she's a normal, perfectly healthy woman.
Genetic
Mhm.
Oh, she just
differences
says,
between men
"That's
and
the
women.
stupid. Who wants to watch that?" I'm like,
I never understood that because to me, it's stupid. That's why it's funny. I don't understand.
Mhm.
I don't want to
That's what-
watch 20 in a row, but I'll watch a couple and then.
Oh no, you can't.
Yeah.
Can't watch too many.
It's like Little Rascals. I can watch a couple now and then. I don't want to watch the whole 36 in a row or something.
Like I saw one the other night. Like I love stupid stuff. Like you look it up at a flying saucer. It's one of the last ones with Joe Besser. Late
Mhm.
ones. And you're like, hey, and Mo's laughing. I look it up at the flying. He's trying to light his cigar. You look it up. He burns his nose. It's
Yeah.
like ow, like that. I think that's hilarious. I'm sorry. It's stupid.
Yeah.
So be it. But it's funny.
I started watching the colored ones they redid. There was a bunch of colored ones I haven't seen colorized. They're
Oh, really?
nice. They're okay colorized. I don't think they finished them though.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
only
it
the
depends.
curly ones.
When it comes to colorizing old black and white stuff, it tends to be they either do it one of two ways. They do it cheaply, where they use cheap technology, and you can it's the one where there's still you can still see a little bit of gray in someone's face, or
Yeah, or teeth
the right
sometimes.
way, and they actually colorized it.
Well, these seem to be
it
done
actually
fairly well.
looks solid color.
Yeah, some of the ones they did with like I Dream of Jeannie and Bewitched really
Yeah.
look good.
The Bewitched season 1, 2, and 3 look fantastic.
Yeah.
I think the first 3 seasons were done, and
I have them, and like when you're watching them in sequence, and you go through season 1, season 2, season 3, and then you put in season 4 where it's real color. It's disappointing.
Yeah.
because it's not as bright.
No, it's not as vivid. It's all of a sudden it's like it's dumbed
what-
down.
Oh,
It
that's
doesn't even look as good. But
Lights are
polarization
different. They
between-
lose power.
Dave says about putting the Three Stooges on before Svengoolie on MeTV. I mean, that I'm so glad there's something like that, because I love those. As you can see, the Wolfman. I love the old horror movies.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
you got Svengoolie's on, and that would be great for kids. Watch Stooges and then Svengoolie. That's all.
Yeah.
You can't ask for more than that as a kid watching TV.
The hardest part of Me TV is there's a commercial seems every 5 seconds.
That's every channel has that.
Mm-hmm.
Remember,
YouTube,
once upon a time, commercial breaks for like 60 seconds. Now it's like 5 to 7 minutes.
and it's all about old people insurance or court cases or whatever.
Yeah, that's the thing too.
Yeah.
The commercials, man, they're not even
Lawyers.
fun. They're not even. At least they used to be fun commercials growing up. There's the old curmudgeon in me speaking, but there used to be a lot of fun commercials. Now they're just all
I ate the whole thing, or
stuff like that.
got to make the donuts. Come
Call
on.
now to see if your zip code can get you more money in your. Everybody.
Yeah, and they have
At least
sick
I like the
commercials.
one with Jimmy Walker.
Oh yeah,
Well, he's
Dynamite.
starting to look like
At least I get to watch him if he's doing the
Unless you
commercial.
want Car Shield or something like that.
Well, how many kids? You have the kids that are sick. You have sometimes
Yeah.
sick children. I'm like, come
Yeah.
on, boy.
Mhm.
You ever notice
Right.
the one for the cats and the animals? They want you to donate more than the ones for the kids.
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't know.
yeah,
When I used to work overnights, those commercials would be on constantly.
yeah.
I would say they want to make a lot of money. They got to take the sick kids and then put those in the cages out in the rain and do that film, and then they'll make lots of money.
With the animals.
The cats
yeah.
seem to get more than the kids do.
And is that one? What's the name of the children that have disabilities and things to contribute to them? And there's one kid that's so cute. Every time I watch it, he's like, "Thank you very much," and smiles, and he's so cute. But then he grew up.
Oh,
He
that's
grows-
the trainer's kid.
yeah, and his
Yeah, that
voice
was
is
the
like
Shriners.
changing. Hey, how you doing, Caleb? He's
Well,
talking
now
to
he's driving a van and going to college. Ooh.
I'm like,
Yeah.
he's not so cute anymore. So sometimes they play the old commercials to get
Yeah.
to tug at your heart. They use them from when he was a child, really small.
I was a cute kid back then. But what gets me is when he gets to the part about the blanket, and he pulls it
Oh,
up.
you'll get this beautiful, adorable.
Adorable.
Oh yeah,
Adorable.
yeah.
It's adorable.
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 It will help a kid like me.
Mhm.
Gosh. They're on all the time.
20
They
cents a
almost
day.
had me. That commercial.
Yeah.
Whoa, you almost fell for the adorable line.
For the price of one cup of coffee. I'm like, well, that's like
Yeah.
$7 an hour, I think. So forget that.
Price of like I don't know, $145 a month.
Oh,
I just came back from the store and I was shocked already. I'm still shocked every time I go. It's ridiculous how it's getting.
Which store?
I went to Aldi's today, but I'm just saying, just the price of potatoes, which used to be like 10 cents a
Yeah.
pound, now it's like $2.50 a pound.
Well, see,
That's
that's
what
the
we
thing
thought.
too. I mean, in my last Anthony video that I did, I'm sitting there and we're at the diner, and I'm like $15.50 for a hamburger or whatever it was, and then people, there are always those people around our age that want to kind of try to, in their minds, they need to balance it. They say, well, it's different now. It was always the same because our salary was less then. Now our salary is more. I'm like, look. When I was in 1982, I wasn't sitting around going, "Oh my, look at the price of this stuff at the diner." I just,
Yeah.
it seemed more in proportion to
Mhm.
what you made.
I never questioned it back then. We just went, oh, look, I'm going to have a Whopper. That's $1.99. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Somebody
I
put a
didn't.
meme up today and it said McDonald's from 1972 and it showed the quarter pounder of cheese is 70 cents. And then I went to Google and said, how much is 70 cents today in 72? And it said 481. So it's maybe just a little off. Like today's still a little more. I don't think it costs 481 for a quarter pounder with cheese, maybe 350. So we're still a
No,
little.
I think it's more than that. I think it's like $5.99 now.
Is it that? Well, I
McDonald's has
haven't
gotten
bought one in
expensive.
probably 10 years, but I'm just saying it's relevant because you're saying 172. Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool. But you know what? We had high inflation in 72 too. Because I remember, I was 12 years old.
I pay $11 for food when I go to McDonald's.
Pack of cigarettes then, because I went to the corner store. My mom would send me at 12 years old, go across the street and give me cigarettes. And all you do is take a note. Remember those days?
Yeah.
Take a note. My mom said buy 2 packs of Cools. she'd give you $1 and you go down and get 2 packs and 50 cents. Then, well, that today's money is probably worth $8 a pack.
Yeah.
It's all relative based on your income and inflation.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I don't find it relative. That's what I thought you would think it would. At least for
15
me,
is too much.
you know.
For a hamburger, 15 is.
Now what? Retired people don't have a regular income coming in.
I just did a menu for a guy here in this area, and it's around $7.50 for their best burger. Like in an actually sit-down restaurant, it was around $7.50, and McDonald's is probably $5.50. It's running that. I'm sure you can get a Whopper 2 for $7 on sale these days, but I don't know who wants them.
Not here.
Well, they do.
I got a pizza the other night. I got a medium pizza for $25. I just about hit the floor. Like, what?
Well, Canada's always is expensive anyway.
Well, that's true, but I guess I haven't bought a pizza in so long.
That's a lot. Yeah.
I bought 2 for my daughter from Little Caesars because it was her birthday and I didn't want to make dinner, so I just went and grabbed 2. And I think it was for 2 of those and crazy bread, it was $15.
Yeah, I believe that.
But it's cheap.
Layaway plan for having your Big Mac. You deserve a break today. Put it on layaway.
Well, right now the eggs are $2.85 a dozen here or more. So
yeah,
they said there's some kind of bird flu killed half the chicken, so now there's no eggs.
Eggs always fluctuate. When I worked at Sam's, at one point in time, we sell these boxes that are 7.5 dozen. At one point in time, those boxes were close to $30, and like 2 months later, they were like $3.50. Prices on eggs fluctuated that much. It was incredible. Sometimes chickens just don't lay. Sometimes it's not even diseases.
Last year we were buying for 48 cents
when they
at all
just
these.
don't lay, and
48 cents. Now it's $2.50. I don't eat eggs that much. I don't care. But
suddenly they're laying 30 eggs a day, and the price goes.
Yeah, I have to eat more eggs than usual because I'm trying. I'm trying again since beginning of April to not have bread. And sometimes I lost like 16 pounds in like 3 weeks or something, which doesn't happen anymore because I'm getting older. But then I started introducing the bread, more bread, and then it's like I gained 5 back.
Yeah.
It's it's a pain in the
it is a pain in the butt.
Avoiding eating bread is easy for someone who grew up not eating much bread at all. I hated bread as a child. Anytime a hamburger was offered to me, I would just eat the patty.
Oh, wow. Well, that's my favorite thing in the world. In other words, I could give up, soda, cake, and that crap. That's not too much of a problem.
We just lost signal on our
bread,
TV.
Pasta.
I love pasta. I love bread. I like the starch stuff more than than the sweets, really. But they're gonna.
And I like ketchup on my eggs too.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I said, "What are you putting on your ketchup?"
Damn right.
I did scrambled eggs. Ketchup on as a kid.
Of course.
Yeah.
I had relatives that did them. Yeah.
The worst thing I had is my stepfather was from Belgium and he made brains one day, and they look like white scrambled eggs, and he said they were Belgium scrambled eggs. And after I ate them, and I thought I liked them, it tastes a little irony, but okay, they're all right. And I put ketchup on them. Then after that, he told me, and I never touched them again.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Like,
I can see that.
But the ketchup helped.
I could see that.
I said, don't do that to me again.
For sure.
I was probably 10 or 12. I don't remember.
I'm gonna ask. We've got 6 people here. Does anybody here enjoy Miracle Whip?
I like it, but I don't buy it.
Mayonnaise Miracle Whip, I don't eat either.
When I was a kid.
Just a little bit.
Sandwich or something.
I'm finding out it's like 1 in 50 people or something like that. I love it, but that's what I grew up with. They made the tuna fish salad with my grandparents, made it with.
Yeah, we use cheese sandwiches for it, but my mother always used mayonnaise, and my grandparents always used Miracle Whip. So it depended on who you were hanging out with.
But I wouldn't get a spoon and start, having it.
But that was mustard. That was mustard for me.
Yeah.
Well, it's like some people like sweet pickle relish, other people like dill pickle relish. I'm a sweet pickle relish
I
person.
used to have mustard sandwiches. Put some mustard in some bread, and there you go.
I made ketchup sandwiches once, but that didn't last long.
No, mustard sandwiches are much better. Where you bite into where you bite in and it coming out the side, Yeah. There you go.
Nothing worse than ketchup and bologna sandwich in your lunch.
Yeah.
When you get there, it looks like
Yeah, it's like a road accident. Yeah.
Bologna and whipped cream, but we don't have
Mhm.
any.
That
Yeah.
sounds like Mo from the Three
Yeah.
Stooges.
Mhm.
So I got it
If
from
there's
him.
anything I like better than honey, what is it? Honey and ketchup? It's bologna and whipped cream.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we haven't got any.
Okay.
Yeah.
what's Miracle Whip? I don't know.
Now, see, that's like, I mean, it sounds so funny. It's so stupid, which it is. Like when you watch the Three Stooges, eating pancakes, and Moe's eating pancakes. There just happens to be a big can of glue sitting there that just happens to look like the syrup.
Yeah.
And he pours it on, and
Mhm.
his jaws are stuck together. I mean, it sounds so. It is ridiculous what I'm
What's
saying.
the-
But the boys are funny,
And
man.
treating a coffee cup for paint or
Yeah, I
varnish.
love that
Yeah.
too. Everybody
There's
goes
the-
around and has like a coffee
There,
cup. full
there's
of
that
paint.
one. There's that one scene in the Three Stooges movie, the one that they made decades later.
Mhm.
When I saw it in theaters, it's so funny where I can't, was it a policeman or something like that? They use an iron and treat it like it's a freaking resuscitation machine, and they're rubbing it together.
I saw the movie. I don't remember, but I remember even I didn't mind the movie too much. I thought that they actually had them down pretty good, especially the guy who played Mo. I thought was pretty good.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, Mo was like, he was the one that in the movie that to me was like a carbon copy of the original.
Pretty much.
he was good.
Well, didn't he do some?
Whenever they make these things, they always seem to
Let's put
find
it
a
this way,
good Mo.
The
but
Three
other two are
Stooges
all-
movie is better than the Little Rascals movie.
Oh come on! There's no contest. Look, I just
Right.
got all the Little Rascals. I've talked about this. They're out again on the company called Classic Flicks. I'm talking about the restoration job that'll knock your socks off. You've never seen anybody restore anything with the masters like they did these. They're totally uncut and they're fantastic with all the stuff intact. And it's anyway. Those are our gang comedies, Little Rascals. Those are the Little Rascals.
They finally found a way to do good colorization.
How much
with
do they
those.
want for it?
Well, when they really put a lot of work into it, so you pay for it, but each volume when it comes out, they're up to volume 5. There are going to be 6 to complete. The one more coming, but when they first are offered on Amazon, it's like $40. But if you wait, it's like 27.
Yeah,
It's
a
still
couple of them
not
been on
cheap.
sale recently.
Mhm.
I don't
27
think
is good.
$50 for the whole
And they do
series.
look pretty solid, right? They do look solid.
Oh, those! I'm telling you, I've seen all kinds of restorations in my life that I'm impressed with. This is unbelievable.
Like I was
these
shot
things.
yesterday.
And I grew up with these things, like
yeah.
anybody, like everybody else around my age. I saw
Well,
them, in the '60s and the '70s.
When I was in elementary school, they used to play a lot of the Hour Gang, little shows, just to keep us kids entertained. And all the ones that we saw back in those days I remember they were in black and white only. I don't know if they ever, in the mid 2000s or even earlier, ever did any sort of colorization with any of them.
There were some color ones. 5 to 7 years ago that they tried to colorize them. A few of them.
Well, were they that kind of color, like I was talking about earlier, the cheap one where you just use cheap computer software, and you can still see the grayness in it and stuff.
Yeah, I hate when you can see grayness. Yeah, it's on a lot of them. I saw one March of the Wooden Soldiers with Laurel and Hardy once was color. A few times they colorized it. One time, I had one that was very well done. I thought of that, but that's a movie that is good in color.
Just an example, someone on YouTube decided he was going to colorize the entire 1964 Tammy show. All right, and he did, but it was the cheap color where it's like, you could see all the grayness and everything. It's like, just leave a good thing alone. Just leave a good thing alone.
Somebody's doing it on a laptop. You can't expect it to be.
Unless it's actually done professionally in a studio.
Did you ever see the Monsters episode? I forget if we talked about this. I think it's called Family Portrait. Mm-hmm. Did you ever see that one that they colorized? I think they did it along with the same kind of.
I think it's in the box set.
Because I mean, does that look amazing or what? I mean, I thought it looked amazing. That one. It looks like Monster Go Home. The movie. It looks
Mhm.
pretty amazing,
Hmm.
and they did a great job with that episode. But there's still something to be said. They wanted it to look like the old Universal monster film,
Yeah.
so they
Mhm.
I
wanted to
saw
keep
a
them black
short.
and white.
I saw a short, like maybe 10-second at most clip on YouTube from A Hard Day's Night that somebody colorized,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it looked pretty good actually. It looked pretty
Was that
solid.
the
Just
one
that
in the
one little
in the
bit.
train compartment?
Yeah.
It looked pretty good. Yeah, I still would be. Again, I'm a purist for leaving black and white alone, but I gotta say, as I'm getting older, I'm like having that attitude of I wouldn't mind seeing something like A Hard Day's Night if it was really perfect and so done so well. You would think it was really in color,
Yeah, I
and
mean,
I would like to see it, but I wouldn't want it to replace it.
No,
yeah,
I like A Hard Day's Night in
but
black and
honestly,
white
what they
because
should do, Joe,
Yes,
it's shot
I
like
agree.
a documentary.
I
So
agree.
they should
it looks more realistic in black and white.
It
they
really
should
it really
try
fits
that,
that
Joe.
era.
They should do only if it's done well, a good colorization restoration of A Hard Day's Night, and release it on Blu-ray, but release it with the option to view the original black and white one
Well, they
also.
always have both options.
Yeah,
So
they
that's,
should always have the option. I feel.
I got Miracle on 34th Street done both ways, and I prefer the color one, but I have the
There
other
you
one.
go.
Yeah, me too. That's one of the few films I prefer the colorized version of.
The one
Like
I
It's a
want them to
Wonderful
do is
Life, I have the colorized of that too, but I'd rather see the black and white.
I
But
want to
Miracle
see
on
Christmas in
34th,
Connecticut done in color. I
Oh,
really
yeah.
like that show. I watch it once every year. Christmas.
it's one of my favorites too.
I
I
would like
love
to see it done in color just because I thought they did a
I,
good job. I got
Yeah.
Wonderful Life in color too, and that's not too bad. They
Yeah.
did a
this
good
is
No,
job.
but
more of a
I kind of again, I prefer the black and white, but it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I just usually
this
Other
is
than
more
prefer
of
that,
an
the original.
interesting one than an actual one, but I've always been curious, like just kind of it just seems interesting what they could do if they do uh, good quality colorization for the original Twilight Zone series.
Oh no, I would never want that.
Again, don't replace the original because black and white's really the way you want to go with that. But
I like them in color. I saw a couple already this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stooges in color.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a curio. I'll say that, but
Well, but the thing was, it comes with chroma choice, which means you can watch them in color or black and white.
right.
Oh,
Mhm.
And
My
some
thing
people
is,
were really, some people in the old days that were really pro colorization when they first started doing it said if you don't like it, you could just turn the color off.
yeah,
And I
exactly.
said to them, but it's not technically it's not the same black and white. If you did that,
no, it's
you
not.
know,
Right.
It's gray and white. I don't know, but
yeah,
it's
because
If a film is shot
yeah,
in black and white and it's shot well, I'd rather see them put the money into restoring
well,
it
you
and
know,
getting
if
it
you're
yeah,
I
pristine
love
you're
black
it.
and
taking
white.
something that's already in color and trying to watch it in black and white, it's not going to be the same as something that was actually in black and white because you're all you're doing is the color, but you're just taking the color out of it, so it's going to be a brighter looking black and white than what you're used to.
yeah. When I heard the original when they first started talking about colorizing movies, I had mistakenly thought they had some kind of technology that was going to read the details. They could tell by the shades of black and white and gray what the original color was and could decode it kind of and put it back. That's not what they did. They picked their own colors, you know. But if they could do that, that wouldn't always work because there were times when they would like to simulate blood or something. They use chocolate syrup or something in the black and white.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it doesn't look good at all.
So if they
yeah.
did that, the blood would be chocolate syrup in color.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be blood, you know.
Yeah, but don't forget, computers back then had only 16 colors.
Um, this
Yeah, so,
is
so you saw the same blue, the same green, the same.
yeah.
Mhm.
Well, you've seen some of those early strip Technicolor ones, like those old movies from the '30s, Mystery of the Wax Museum and
Mhm.
Oh,
Doctor
those the
X.
two strip Technicolors.
Yeah,
Strip.
yeah, two strip.
Yeah.
Yeah, all you got was like a greenish blue and a
Yeah,
rusty
they
Yeah.
didn't have
red.
blue. They
Yeah.
couldn't do blue and they couldn't do red.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And there was some
Um,
color inserts. I mean, in the silent era too, there was
oh
some
yeah, oh
stuff.
yeah. Well, Phantom of the Opera is the famous
Yeah.
one.
yeah.
Well, people don't know they had color before they had sound. The first full-length
Weird.
film shot in color is called Toll of the Sea. It's 1922.
Just think that, isn't it funny? I mean, that's movies are only 100. Like, well, they're older than 100 years technically, but I mean that's not very very long, really, when you think about it.
Yeah. I just thought about it. The first
What was
full-length
the,
color film is now 100 years old. That color film 100 years
That
ago.
raises a question though. What was the very first film period?
Oh, I don't know what they consider
So
definitely.
Edison probably just.
Yeah. What do you consider a film?
The George
Well, when did they
Miller.
have them in the late 1800s? What is it?
Like the very first movie
I
period.
don't know.
Again, what do you consider a movie? Because when they started out, they were like.
I mean, I do remember
what-
reading about it, but I forgot what the movie was called.
Well, that's
but
still a movie because I
it came
think
out
they're
in, like,
talking
the
about moving
1910s
pictures. Like,
or
Well, I
something
mean,
like that.
the first
1900s.
thing they consider a drama is the
Like
Great
a
Train
feature.
Robbery.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they consider. That's like 1904 or something.
Yeah, no, I remember they were saying this film came out in 1902, and it was considered the first movie.
The first theatrical.
Mm.
I always thought it was the Great Train Robbery.
I wasn't there. I don't know.
When were those George Millais films coming out in France?
Something called.
Yeah,
I just
don't know
remember
when
the
he did
name of
that
it.
stuff.
Yes, I
But,
just
you know,
remember
I mean-
the name. It was it was Fly Me to the Moon. No, Fly Me to the Moon. A Trip to the Moon.
Trip to the moon with a guy where the moon gets a
Gets a rocket in the eye.
deal in the eye. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was that I think what they made then like 1902 maybe. Maybe a little bit later on, but I think I remember reading 1902.
I think they had movies in 1890, the late 1890s.
Yeah. I mean, they like 1888. I think the first movie houses opened. Not in America, probably in France. I think.
France?
But it was things like trains arriving and things like that.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, it's
Fishing
just
and
a
whatever.
static camera, and here comes a train.
Yeah, well, if you look on YouTube, there's all sorts of like scenes of New York in 19 whatever.
Yeah.
And some of those are colorized.
Yeah.
So,
I was on YouTube the other night and I ran across a 1913 video of some Civil War survivors. And it then was like 70 some odd years ago. These old guys walking around. Some of them don't have arms,
ugh.
And it's like, ugh, that's from the Civil War.
Well, even 1913, that's more than 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, when was it? Because the very first version of A Christmas Carol was like the 1930s, I believe.
I don't know if they're ready before that, but
versions.
Yeah, I think I think it's like 34 or something like that. Because don't get confused. I'm not referring to the one that came out in 1938 because there was actually one before that.
Right.
Because I watched the one that came out.
I got to get my movie channel cranking again. I see. I really do that.
What was it on?
Or bring the movies here to Mayo's channel. I don't know yet. I don't know.
Just put them on both or something.
Yeah.
Or put them on one and then shift them to the other.
Yeah.
The very first movie I actually saw in color as a child was in 1968, Our Man Flint. That's when I remember. That's the first show I actually saw of someone who had a color TV. I went over and we watched that movie, and I was like, cool. That was the first thing I ever saw on color TV.
I think the first thing I ever saw in color was the 10 Commandments.
Oh, really?
Cool.
Yeah. My dad used to work at a furniture store, so we had a free one. So I used to see stuff. When 66 came along and it was color. I came home from outside playing and I got a portable color TV in my bedroom because one of my favorite shows at the time was The Wild Wild West, Robert Conrad. And my dad said, "Go in your bedroom," and I heard the dun 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 dun, dun and it's color TV in there.
Okay, yeah. I looked it up. The very first movie version of A Christmas Carol was in 1935.
Wow.
I'm looking it up, and that's wrong.
Come on, you two.
Yeah.
I'm trying to turn my volume down here. Hang on. There we go.
That's
This
no
is
joke.
from
No joke.
You got dial up. Yeah.
1910.
Ooh, okay.
Well,
Same year as the first
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein, yeah.
Well, the
Yeah.
earliest version of A Christmas
1910.
Carol that I've seen is from 1935. I know that for sure.
Wow.
Whether or not to be the first or not.
1910.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
it
watching it
was.
right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, Nosferatu is exactly 100 years ago.
Nosferatu. Mhm.
1922. Nosferatu.
I guess I was. I'm sorry, but I was. I was a good little boy.
We didn't have color
Does it
TV
have sound?
until the mid-70s.
I'm trying to think if I only remember color TV. I mean, I know we had old TVs. I remember what they look like too. They're pretty damn old with the round, the round kind of screen.
Mhm.
But
Oh, look, it's the Dumont Network.
Yeah. All we
What
had is enormous, with 3 channels.
The cabinet
Yeah.
was huge, but the screen.
when did they really start? Was it like 64ish? Maybe did they start color?
66 for color in America.
48,
66.
48 I
Mhm.
thought.
Yeah. And 69 in the UK.
I didn't
So
see it.
I was like
Well,
4.
as far as color TV, yes, that's correct. But movies in color, I mean, I think the first one was Gone with the Wind.
Yeah, back then, but I'm the televised stuff.
No.
Maybe
Color
either
color
Gone with the Wind
movies
or Wizard
started
of
in
Oz.
1922.
Yeah.
Well, what's the
I-
first like full length color movie?
Period.
I mean, I don't. It's got to be.
A
Maybe
Soul
on
of the
Bounty
Sea.
or
It was
something?
made in Japan in 1922.
Oh, that was full like a full feature.
The full it was
Mhm.
65 minutes or something, considered
yeah,
full length then. Yeah. Yeah. The first,
With that being
and I don't know
said,
what the first
I'm gonna
full
take a trip
length.
to the men's room. I'll be back.
Okay.
I don't
Oh,
know
please,
what
by
the
all means.
first full length 3-strip Technicolor was. It has to be late 30s.
Brain Song. I never.
No.
Brian's Song. I kind of got.
I remember the movie, but I didn't cry. I mean, I was like
I didn't cry.
13. I was like
I've never
13. I was into scary stuff. by then.
I'll look that
Yeah,
up,
that's for sure.
too.
Me
Mhm.
too.
You got to be careful about that buying stuff off eBay that you get the correct.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, Night Gallery used to scare the hell out of me. I used to make my mom watch it with me on Friday nights. Come here, Mom, watch this with me. It's going to scare me.
Need somebody to hang out.
Yeah.
I did buy one thing on PAL by accident, and I ended up having to transfer it. I was able to transfer it once I downloaded it and got it into an ISO. I was able to switch it back to a different region, but otherwise I couldn't have watched it. It's called The Borrowers. It was a show in
Oh.
the
No.
60s.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I-
people.
Becky Sharp, 1935 is the first 3-strip. So as we know it, color film,
Color.
the modern
Yeah.
process. 1935, Becky Sharp.
Good. I'll write that down.
And Doc's got it.
I think
doubt
I've
I'll
seen
go
that
watch.
film actually.
I'm limited to TV watching or film watching.
Yes.
Yeah, and who's that?
It's all
Terminator.
about Technicolor.
Oh, okay. But it's kind of. Oh,
Yeah, I can't see it.
If I turn it around, it says the same
the
thing.
same thing. Okay. Oh, okay. I can see it on the TV. Okay, yeah.
It's upside down.
Mm-hmm.
Glorious Technicolor. Ooh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Glorious.
All about Technicolor. Look,
Mm-hmm.
stupid thing.
I like those
Yeah.
movies in the 50s and stuff that use
Yeah,
that.
me too.
They're very
And
nice.
40s and everything. And I like the ones in the 30s that are like 64 minutes, 62 minutes.
Yeah,
Oh, I love those.
yeah. I can't stay awake for those either anymore.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. I don't, I'm hoping that as I, if I keep, eating better. I'm still older,
Mhm.
but eating better and losing some weight. Hopefully, I stay awake more because I'll just get tired a lot.
Mhm.
I'm comfortable what it is. I put on a movie and I'm like, I just feel relaxed. Just kicking back. And it's not like the movie's boring. Oh, the movie's dull. So
Mhm.
just I get comfortable. I'm like just dozing off.
Mhm.
Can't do it. I even tried watching that new Spider-Man movie, which was pretty good. I still fell
Oh yeah, I
asleep.
mean, it's got William Dafoe, Alfred Molina. They're back. I mean,
It's the other
Tony McGuire
universe,
in it,
the
you know.
multiverse thingy.
I don't like the multiverse. I don't like it.
It looks cool, but I still had no consciousness, like to
I will
stick
say,
with it.
No Way Home is the greatest Spider-Man movie that I have seen, in my opinion. It is the top notch.
What, the one from Japan?
No, Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Well, that's before this new one, right?
Okay.
No Way Home's the recent one.
It's the new one
Yeah.
with Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Well, I hate it.
Okay.
I don't watch any of them.
Oh, I thought it was
I don't.
fantastic.
I'm a grown. No offense to anyone, but I'm a grown-up person, and I don't watch comic book movies.
Oh, stop!
I like the Spider-Man cartoons that were on the 60s.
You don't like the one from
Spider-Man.
Yeah, those are. The song is good. What about the '70s one with Nicholas Hammond? You don't like that when he they throw a net like it's supposed to be his web?
Yeah, it's not bad.
He goes like this is something like that. Then he cut to a shot of a net.
I used to, but now that all they make is superhero movies, I don't.
Yeah, it's out of control.
I don't care about any.
But if you like that sort of thing, again, I got to remember.
They had
people like stuff, so it's like I said with the Beatles.
They had a deal on Facebook about the Johnny Quest, and I did one season of the original Johnny Quest in 1964, and after that, they did some in the 80s, and they did Tom and Jerry or whatever, but the shows from 1964 with the music, the jazzy music.
The originals were always nice.
I don't know if I'm wording this the right way, but this multiverse thing, I don't mind the idea there being different universes or things come together. I just don't like the idea that how do I word it? That the different universes are different actors that have been in different film versions. That's not a different universe, if you know what I mean. That's supposed to be the same universe, but different actors playing them.
Yeah.
It's
like we want to see Michael Keaton as Batman again, but how are we going to do it? He came from another universe.
Yeah.
There's a parallel universe out there that Michael Keaton is
technically they're all the same. Like James Bond, technically they're supposed to be the same ongoing thing. I thought.
Like Doctor Who, he regenerates.
Well, that's true. You can't really.
Last call for pea soup. Anyone want pea soup?
Yes, I do.
She's putting it away.
Where do we go for poutine? We'll see how you enjoy that.
I think you're getting hail outside.
I'm gonna rent. I wanted to rent it tonight, but just like for $1.99 or whatever, because I don't have it. Falling Down with Michael Douglas.
I saw that.
My daughter's never seen it, and I told her it's right about now during this time period I start feeling like doing some of the stuff he was.
Oh yeah, especially for this reason that sets him off. I mean,
Robert, where do you go to rent movies?
Well, if I go to Amazon Prime and I save up.
That way.
Sometimes if you have something shipped a couple days later, they'll give you extra $1 digital points. And when I know I can watch a free movie that's not normally free, and I think I've got so many points I can probably watch one for $1 or something.
Family video.
Those are good. And YouTube has some pretty good movies. I'm saying, really, you guys need to see the Karloff documentary that came out.
I didn't see. Yeah, wait a minute. Is there? It's on YouTube.
Yes.
I'm going to do that tonight. I
about $4, $3.99. It costs $3.99 to watch it.
I don't know how. I mean, I don't even know how to do that.
I try not to spend money, but if
I don't mind the money, it's just that I don't know how to transfer the funds and all that.
It's really good. There's all kinds of interviews and a big interview from Sarah Jane, and it goes through his whole career.
And one more time, it's called The Gentleman.
I don't know what.
Let's see.
Anybody know what the lighthouse thing is?
I'll let you know. Just a second.
You keep telling me, and I keep forgetting.
Yeah, it's okay. I can Google it, and it'll be here.
Because I love that's my language. I mean, these movies are like what the Beatles are to me.
Right.
Does the panel hear the hailing outside?
No.
No, probably coming to my direction next.
It's hailing in Texas right now?
Yeah, probably, and it's coming to Oklahoma. The Man Behind the Monster.
Man Behind the Monster.
Came out last year.
I gotta get a way of seeing that. Is it available on Blu-ray or DVD too?
No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah. I gotta see if it's available. I wonder if it's available on my cable package where they have on demand or something.
Mm-hmm. It might be. It came out last year. It's fairly recent, but I got to buy the Blu-ray. I just I just have to have that.
And it's really pretty. How long did it run about?
It's almost 2 hours.
Oh, good.
It's really
It's a good
good,
solid one. Yeah. All right,
and it
good one.
doesn't drag. It doesn't drag at all. I mean, they'll
Do
have
they
to stop
cover?
it.
Is it a situation where they can cover all different movie studios
Yeah,
and they can
yeah.
get like the permission
Mm-hmm.
to
Yeah,
use? Oh, that
yeah.
would be good. That
All
sounds
sorts,
really.
all sorts of people. Yeah,
That really sounds good.
yeah.
But you're probably going to find that on a Bargoon shelf pretty soon.
Yeah, pretty
They're
soon.
doing pretty good with the
Bargoons.
movies lately.
No, I was thinking about the hail over there where Mason is in Texas, and I'm sure it's coming to my house tonight in Oklahoma. So,
Well, yeah,
I'm gonna get
because
a house
I am at the tip top of Texas, and so
Mhm.
Oklahoma, the Oklahoma state line is right
Hell,
there.
it's May 1st, people.
yeah, it's
We had snow here last week.
yeah. I'm trying to lay down, and go to bed about 10. I'm gonna have a hailstorm.
We had 2 inches
So-
of snow last week, right, Doc? It
Yeah,
just didn't stick to
Right now,
it stuck to the
Sunny
ground.
and 65 degrees.
yeah.
Why it's not called global warming anymore? It's called climate
No,
change.
global.
It was 79 degrees last Sunday, and on Monday morning it was like 28.
Yeah.
And
those-
snowing.
Now, just be careful, guys. It's liable to be disinformation.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't
that's
want
okay.
to
Get your
spread.
hands
I don't
slapped.
want to spread any of that.
That's what I'm good at. Disinformation. I
God.
walked out my front door and there was snow, so I know it was. Idiot.
Oh,
Michigan's good.
This whole
You guys are
it's gonna go kaboom, and we're all gonna be dead. I just, I give up.
must have been chilly in New York too during this time.
Yeah.
It's breezy around
Yeah.
here. We get like a cold breeze.
Yeah, we got a lot of
It's
wind too this year. This
Mhm.
week has been windy. It makes it cold.
Right.
ridiculous, you know.
Today was the
we had a
first day.
thunderstorm here last night.
Pardon me?
We had a thunderstorm. Oh,
He probably.
It rained here all day
guy.
too.
Hmm.
We got up to 59 today, so it wasn't too bad. Today was okay by the end of the day, but not the beginning. It was still like 40 and windy when I woke up, and rainy.
Well,
And
it's
now-
raining here now. It was sunny earlier. Now it's raining.
It's going to be.
that's the rain we had this morning. We sent
Yeah.
it to you.
Hey,
you guys.
thanks.
I cut my grass for the first time this week.
Yeah, me too. See
I
my
just
teeth.
over,
I
just
rub
over
my
half
neck.
an acre, and I cut
Yeah.
it.
All things must grass.
Oh yeah. Oh geez.
But when you have rain overnight, and right now it's like half-ass
Yeah,
sunny and
If I
70
was a
degrees.
collector, I would buy that. If I was a
Oh, yeah.
collector, I would buy that stuff. That looked kind of cool.
You know, there was a part of me thinking, well, I'm a collector. Shouldn't I have this?
Yeah.
No.
But I thought it was cool. I didn't mind. The prices would drive me nuts. You can't buy it as a
Yeah.
kid.
Oh,
You have
that's
to buy
my son
one,
about it.
Another one and another one, and before you're done,
My
you're
son
spending
does
$100 on crap. And
Yeah.
that's the problem. If it was like $50 to get everything, like the little
Mhm.
tray and the little this and the little that, that'd be fine. But
Yeah.
you're always after so much money, it kills you. I'm not gonna pay $50 to get a picture of George on a steel tray to roll my joints, which I don't anyway.
Yeah.
But I understand why people might like it. It was a good. They did a good job making
It's
it.
cute, but
They're just charging too much money for
I
it.
agree.
I don't like them linking it with the just the name. I know it's some people think it's trivial complaint, but changing playing with the name.
They
of the
say there's
album,
no THC, and I'm thinking, well, what's the point then?
Mhm.
That's another thing.
I haven't done that since the '80s, but come on, still.
ladies and gentlemen, after
It is Adam.
Adam
Hey,
Frascona-
buddy.
look at
Hey.
that.
Whoa.
Adam.
What happened? Did you stick your finger in a light socket?
Wild
Yeah, the
hair,
hair and the lights moving on in the background.
Yeah, that's good.
What happened?
like Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
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 You said that last night too, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Somebody
think
said
Tim's
it.
hair grows the fastest I've ever seen. He had it shaved a week ago.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Yeah.
His hair grows faster
Yeah.
than what I've seen on internet.
Who does?
Tim's.
Oh yeah.
His hair grows. He just had it shaved, and it looks like it's already back where
Right.
it
It's a
was.
bitch having hair.
No, it's.
No, I don't have to worry
It was
about
a
it.
little while before I cut it. It goes pretty quick, but it's.
Yeah, it does grow fast though. I was like, whoa, his hair's growing pretty damn fast.
Robert, so do you shave it or
Me?
yeah, you shave
No,
your
this
head?
is, I shave here every
Oh, okay.
month. I take a 1/4 inch and go around really quick.
Yeah.
I haven't had a real haircut in 30 years. I've been doing it myself with just a little razor.
Oh yeah.
This fell out when I was your age.
Oh okay. Really?
All this fell out when I was I
20?
after 25, I had no hair.
Oh wow. So then exactly at my age.
Yeah, I just one day I took a shower and it looked like there was a monster in the drain.
Wow.
It happened slowly.
See, that's that 3x4 aspect we were talking about.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, you don't turn. Just the phone turns.
Oh.
Well, after 30 years, nobody misses hair after.
There you go. Stop.
Okay. Well, Adam got here, and I need to go eat dinner with my son, so I'll tell everybody goodbye.
I'm
Yeah,
getting
there.
close to
Okay.
that, but more like
Have a good
seven.
night, Jeff.
Yeah, see you later, guys.
Go on, Jeff.
Bye bye.
Poof.
Poof. Another one bites the dust.
I hate this though because I can never center it right when it's turned.
You got it. It's fine. It's fine.
It's less annoying having the phone the other way than you're talking about.
Oh really? Okay.
I'd rather have the phone the other way rather than
Okay.
you're talking about.
He looks a little like Eddie Munster.
Yeah.
Got that widow speak.
Oh yeah. Oh god. Don't remind me.
He's got a widow speak. Drinking urine.
No, it's apple juice.
What?
Yeah.
Apple juice.
Oh.
So what do you got? Bargains prices now?
Oh yeah.
It is Robert. The picture right there, Robert Wool. Tim's got.
Oh, yeah.
It's not really the best picture. That looks like Adam, but a younger picture maybe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Tim's got another picture of me. I thought like a
Oh,
real
I'm
big
we were
insane-
just about to compare.
Get it from from probably the Hollywood Nights is the earliest we ever saw him.
Tim, didn't you used to have another picture of me saved you?
See that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, let me see that one, please. There it is. He has me. That's the real me.
Who's that? You really the real you?
Yeah, it's really me a long time ago.
Oh.
That's me in like 9th grade.
What
Thanks.
are you in
Can't
now?
be that old.
I'm 24.
Where is it?
Yeah, but I mean, what would a
You see
picture
that
of you from 9th grade be doing?
That's from 1974 or 5.
Oh yeah.
So that's what
Peter
happened.
Brady look.
Wow.
All,
Yeah, you
all,
look
all
Peter
that hair.
Brady.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Now I get it. I'm looking who that is. I'm wondering.
Yeah, it's Robert.
That's me when I was 15. So
Yeah, it's Peter
what
Brady.
happens that's what happens to people. They called me actually Peter Brady back then.
Really?
Wow.
Girls goes, hey, you look just like Peter Brady.
Did the ladies like that?
I guess in 74 it was all right.
Yeah.
I didn't do too much damage in 74. I was too
Yeah.
young. I tried.
And now hair is out, man. You can't have hair like that now.
Well,
Nobody-
you could put a like a transplant or a wig on, look like him again.
That's my other favorite picture I have on here.
I know. What?
Shows Batman holding up.
Handsome guy.
Is
Oh,
that
wow.
is that real or is that the put?
No, it's photoshopped. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
You know,
It says, "Holy butcher, Batman."
I'm trying to get into Batman a little more because I'm not as into Batman as I should be for somebody my age.
You have to watch one show at a time. You cannot watch 2 in a row. It's just, I mean, at our age, it's kind of stupid.
Oh yeah, but that's what I appreciate about it now. I think is that tongue in cheek. You know,
It's my favorite.
I didn't get it.
show. I love Batman.
As
I
a
like
kid,
it.
I took it too seriously. Now I
I watch
realize
it a
it's
lot.
supposed to be ridiculous.
I just watched some. They have a couple good interviews with them. Both of them, documentaries about Robin and so forth. I used to live along next to Bruce Lee, and they used to be buddies, and all this kind of crap.
Mhm.
It was interesting. I learned a lot from it. I didn't know, about Robin. They got a special documentary on him, and I
Yeah,
think
there's
there
a
was
couple on YouTube. I watched one last night. Showed like what Burt Ward did before he got onto Batman. Like he was like, yeah, there he is down there.
Yeah, is that him?
He was on a diet.
And he what was he? Like going out for karate and stuff.
Yeah, he was a Taekwondo.
Taekwondo and all this sort of stuff. And somebody said, hey, you should go down to this film studio. They're looking for young boys to be in a TV. So, yeah.
Well, this one was about all the girls he had got. Like it was a show about Robin and all his, escapades as Batman and Robin. One of the little, the
Boy.
tale they got after every show.
Oh
and
wow, that sounds great.
every city they went in, all the girls they were with, and him and Bruce Ward, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm all mixed up now.
Bruce
Adam
Wayne,
West.
Burt Ward, and
Burt Ward.
Adam West and
Adam West.
get together, and every city they went into, they just had a lot of fun.
Is that the one with the hotel story where the guy
Well-
came at him?
Yeah, there's quite a few. Yeah,
How old was Burt Ward when he was doing the show?
I think
Roughly 20.
20
Oh,
or
wow.
21. Yeah, he was young.
Jeez, wow.
I need to go to acting school then.
Might be too late. Boat might
Oh
have sailed.
man.
Oh no, Mason says the power went out back in Texas. Oh.
You have to do a Disney show now on one of those stupid
Well,
TV
I didn't
shows.
notice he laughed.
Hey, who says there's not a God?
Mason,
Anyway,
what?
they have a lot of good documentaries on. Was it Burt Ward? I forget his real name.
I was about to say
Oh,
Reynolds.
Burton Jervis.
Yeah, Burton
No,
Jervis.
I have an MP3 of that 45 he made with Frank Zappa. It's one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my.
Oh, goody.
He's just reading a letter. He's just reading this letter from this girl that gives her height and says, "I wish you could spend a couple weeks with me in the summer. I wouldn't even make you make your bed. I'd make it myself." And blah. And he's reading on, and the record ends with, "By the way, I hope you know I'm a girl."
Oh, wow.
It's like, and then it's over. And I'm like, this is the funniest thing.
I've never heard it. I've seen it, but I've never heard it.
Yeah, I have an MP3 of it.
You guys get a lot of stuff.
I don't know. The other Burt Ward thing that it came up in my recommended, but I didn't click on it, was how they had to hide his package in his suit.
Oh my god.
You know, because
Well, that's a problem.
how they deflated his dong. You know.
Wait, that's just like, isn't that a Larry David Curb Your Enthusiasm episode?
I don't know.
I think it's on YouTube, by the way, the Burt Ward record.
Yeah, well, it came on right after I watched the same thing where how Burt Ward got his start, and then up came how they got him to fit into his.
You can watch streams of those, and that was nice. I saw them at Blockbuster of all places.
Hey, Robert.
Rob Scare.
Robert.
Whoa,
How you doing, Rob Scare?
I'm fine.
Oh, that's
Tired.
Robert,
I'm better than.
you got some
Oh,
good
I was
guys.
doing some yard work at my son's house today.
Did you have
Right.
earplugs on? Because you're talking really loud. No, I'm just kidding.
Sorry.
No, Robin is pre-Batmite. And we don't even need to know about Batmite, really.
Yeah, no, we don't. That's why I don't like
We
DC.
don't talk about Batmite. No Batmites. But since I have Robert S. here, we have a chance to hear some ghost stories.
Ooh.
Ooh. I hear there's
You
some
wanna hear-
really
You want to hear about
Oh
my
yeah, I
first
read
house?
your comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hear them. Pre-Halloween stories.
Well, before Halloween.
Yeah,
We moved into this house, and no sooner were we in the house than strange things started to happen. We would hear noises, and there was at one point, my wife and I were sitting in the living room, and we heard like a scraping sound, and we were like, "What is that?" And we went into the kitchen, and one of the kitchen chairs had been dragged across the room and put up against the back door.
Ooh. As though to keep
It
something in.
wasn't like lodged in there, but it was weird that it was up against the door.
And you bought this house in Amityville? Where was it?
Actually, not too far from Amityville. Like
Ooh.
Amityville was like 2 towns over.
Robert P got it right.
Yeah.
It's like 2 houses down. They just moved.
So then we thought that was very strange, obviously. And we started to hear more things happening in the house. And my wife actually at one point saw him. And he was like hovering over her. Yes, it was the Massapequa Horror. And yes, this was a house I had in Massapequa.
And where's that?
And what?
Where's that?
On Long Island.
Oh, okay.
Right near Amityville.
Oh, okay.
It's a Native
the
American
address.
name. It means by the mall. No, just kidding.
Oh.
But but I don't live there anymore.
Now,
But-
was it your first encounter?
This is the first time hearing of this.
Yeah, we were there for 4 years, and like I said, my wife saw this apparition like floating over her in bed, which is apparently a common sort of situation where ghosts float over you, especially women, I guess.
I was gonna say when my wife wakes up, it's usually just me staring at her.
And one evening, she woke up and like started sort of calling out very loud, "He's in the next room." And I woke up and we heard a crash, and everything that we had on top of like an entertainment center, which was just a flat surface, had been off, like somebody just swiped it off the furniture. And then we started to get cracks in a wall in the shape of a door. And we learned that at one point there was a doorway in this house, in this spot. So it was all very freaky, but he didn't really bother us. And we actually had a priest come in and do a whole blessing and whatnot. And we were talking. We actually went to my mother-in-law's and we met with someone else who was like a ghost hunter, you know. And we were talking about everything that happened in the house, and he was asking a couple questions, and you know everybody's like so intent and listening, you know, concentrating on what's happening, and all of a sudden he says, "I'm going to show you a picture. Tell me if this is him." And we're like, "What the hell? Like you got a picture of the ghost?"
Huh?
So he shows us a picture, and it's
Invisible
really weird.
ray.
It's like it's almost like a camera angle, like you would have, like Richard Dolan would have in a live stream, you know, where he's sort of off in the corner. But then there's another guy up at the top. Yeah, exactly, Tim. But then there's the second guy who's clearer. So we were like, no, that's not him. So as we're talking and everybody's intently listening, it's getting later in the day, and all of a sudden the light goes on, the lamp goes on. My mother-in-law has a timer on her lamp, but it freaked everybody out. You know? It was like, oh my God, we all jumped. Like, what the hell?
Oh,
my mother-in-law was like, oh, I'm sorry, that's the timer on the lamp. Whoops. But so anyway, so we really didn't think much of it. But then my older son, it was a Cape Cod house, and we had our bedroom downstairs, and there was another second bedroom that sometimes people use it as a den, and we had that as the bedroom. And then when my second son was born, we moved my younger son upstairs. We didn't particularly like doing that, but we figured, you know what, we don't really have much choice. And then one morning he came. You know, we got him, we went up there and we got him, and he said that the man had come to see him the night before.
Ooh.
And we were like, you know what? That's it.
Yeah,
like,
we're out of here.
You can, like, you know, come after us and do things to us or whatever, but you start
why did you call
my son, no, that's it. So we moved out. And here's the other thing. Every time we tried to do something to renovate the house, the spirit would act up. So I still can, I occasionally drive by the house. It's the only house on the block that has not been renovated. There's no extensions. It hasn't been dormered.
Because they won't let you.
Exactly.
The ghost, yeah.
Exactly. The ghost will not let that house change.
It's like, I don't like the color of the bedroom. I change back.
You ever think about maybe the new owners think about burning it down?
I don't know. I never really asked the new owners, hey, you want to ever think about burning your house down?
Yeah, to get rid of the ghost.
I always wonder, like, why don't ghosts, if they exist, why don't they do more, like, you know, instead of just like knocking things off, or
yeah, why can't they touch your ear or give you what Willie
do anything, or like just keep you from renovating the house and stuff?
Maybe it was Don in the house.
I think it was Invisible Ray.
It wasn't Don, because the ghost never asked us for money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mimi doesn't hunt like that.
What? So can I ask more related questions to it? So was there you didn't have any burglar attempts around that time?
No.
You know what I mean? Because maybe people were okay. And then
No, I think what happened is we tried to do some research, and I think that this was a young man who died in the war.
Oh, okay.
And was coming back, to find his family, and of course his family is long gone.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
wow. What if he started excavating around the place? You might find some bones or something.
Right, and then burn them.
Yeah. And then they really do that, like, you disturbed my resting place.
It's what I learned in TV, Tim, and in the books of paranormal. You burn the bones to get rid of the spirit.
Well, I have to. This is a bad time. Robert just came on, and I wanted to stay here, but I'm supposed to be eating dinner a little while ago. So
I'm eating healthy. I just stopped on my way home from my son's house. Got Burger King.
Oh God, lucky dog.
But I do have to show something.
We have pea soup.
Hold on 1 minute.
Pea soup.
Now, Burger King's doesn't sound that much better than pea soup. I can tell you that. To me, anyway.
No, this show's going on 3 hours.
This
You have to watch the packaging on the burgers now.
No, this is really for Doc because.
Oh, really? Go for it.
Yeah, you're getting tired of Partridge Family.
Oh.
I don't have any. I will never have any of those. I got the Saturday night single somewhere.
$2. $2.
Saturday night.
I know. I've been watching their craft shows. I'm up to episode 3.
I got to say goodbye to everybody.
All right.
Now. So
enjoy your meal.
Talk to you. Talk soon.
Yes.
Take care, Joe.
Yeah, I've been on a Croft kit lately. All the Croft, Sid and Marty Croft stuff. And the Bay City Rollers show came up last night.
Oh.
So like I've watched 3 episodes of it so far, and it's kind of cringy cool. Because like the Rollers are there, they've got this stage set up with flash bombs going in and everything, and a crowd of looks like maybe 100 girls, with their little banners, and they're screaming during the song, and then all of a sudden they quit. And you hear the song, and then they start again. Like it's so badly done. It's hokey, but kind of fun to watch. So, yeah, I'm on episode 3.
I will go and watch that after I'm done with Family Affair.
It's got witchy poo. It's got a fake hoodoo. Songs aplenty, and the Rollers trying to do skits. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's good, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Understood.
I know.
That's another great Doc quote from you, Doc. Cancel, or what did you say again?
I don't know. What did I say?
love that quote.
It's a great quote, but not memorable.
Oh, you mean it's so bad it's good?
No, that's a normal one. The other one you said was your own version. It's so cringy cool. I love that quote.
Well, it is cringy cool. It's like, oh my gosh, I want to watch.
Yeah.
Well, hello, James Byers.
Hi, James. Byers.
Hello.
Yeah, it must be like 3 a.m. And James Byers in it. Wow.
Sorry for calling you James Bond.
Yeah.
Byers.
I don't know how many episodes of this Bay City Rollers show there is, but it's pretty.
I don't feel like you need to apologize for calling somebody James Bond.
Oh, yeah, that's true. At least I didn't call him James Betty or James. I don't know. Bay City Rollers.
Yes. Saturday night. Yeah.
I don't have any. I just in time though. It's too late.
Look at that.
There you go.
Look at that.
Shopping bag.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow. Shopping bag.
I like Robert's. And Robert,
It's a
thank
promo.
you. Thank you once again. Now that I have you here.
Well, I'm glad you liked it. Did you like your new picture of the girl to take place?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Wait, you have a girl?
Oh, he's gone to get it.
I sent him a picture of my girlfriend.
Oh.
Beetle albums.
Bye bye, baby, bye bye.
I sent him that one.
Ah.
Wow.
Real
See?
photograph.
That's real?
Yeah.
An original? Wow.
Look at that. Wow. The Beatles are
Oh
right
my
there.
God. What a looker.
Absolutely.
Look at the hose.
They want me to make it with
Oh, I did.
Canadian albums, but it takes me so long to kind of get them at that angle.
Now, what's that hanging off her bottom there? All that black stuff.
That's
You
a
mean nylons?
That's a
Oh,
skirt.
okay. I couldn't tell. It looks so long in the back.
Is that the kind of stockings that have the line up the back?
Maybe.
I wasn't looking at stock. I was looking at those legs.
I'm imagining they are.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna redo it. I'm gonna redo it one day with Canadian albums and Canadian labels just for my one friend in Canada. He keeps insisting I redo it.
You only have one friend in Canada, Robert?
No, I have maybe 3. But
Oh, okay.
No, Paul. Fit to be tied.
Maybe
He asked.
Yeah, fit to be tied.
I'm very happy to have that.
And then the album was a special limited edition, so hopefully you enjoy that.
Wow.
I was just showing them this today. You weren't here maybe earlier, but I bought the original that came out in February.
Lucky.
They didn't come out.
Nice.
They're still available somewhere, but the original Blu-ray came with photos, and I made 6 photos I added to this just for Beetle Brad.
Oh, that's nice of you.
It's going to be his birthday coming in May here, and so I figured I'd get it for him. And then I sent a little something to Robert there because he's one of only 5 people that received it.
Wow.
It's not that I don't want to give it to anyone. I didn't feel like doing it for much other people.
No.
But Robert's been good to me, so figure that out.
Both Roberts are good guys.
Make it small.
Every Robert's a good guy.
That's right. And what about every Bobber or every Bob?
Go ahead and make me small again.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
There you go.
Oh, here's another Robert.
That's the get back.
Rob Skier.
Yeah, I made special cards for that one too.
Wow.
Magical.
Beautiful.
He's on it. He's on tour right now, supposedly.
Yeah, for Got Back, right?
Mm-hmm. Opened up in Seattle a couple nights ago.
And it doesn't end there.
That's right.
Ooh, oh, Billy Preston.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this set I added Billy Preston and a group shot of all 4.
Oh, what's the group shot, Robert?
That's what I showed before.
I couldn't find a group shot that had all 4 Beatles and Preston present in one
there
shot.
it is again. Nice.
That's the Rubber Soul cover. The
I know we just did this.
regular version.
I'll show them to Robert since he wasn't here probably. These are the ones I made for this DVD set.
Wow.
I tried to find interesting headshots to give them. And that
nice.
Wow.
That one, which we've seen before, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I have the lobby card of that.
Oh, I like the Billy Preston.
Oh, I love the Billy and the George.
And then
that's cool.
I did this group shot.
Wow.
Of them, but I looked everywhere to try to find one where they're all like surrounding and Billy was there, and I couldn't find any. So they're, like he's on the piano and they're just standing around him or something.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been even cooler, but I did what I could, and that makes a different set that's not available to the public, evidently. So
gorgeous. That's
for Beetle Brad a special version for Beetle Brad.
Yeah, I'm trying to find an obscure artist that Tim Allen will like.
An obscure? Oh, he has
for my channel because the last couple, I don't think have been his taste.
It's not that I don't like them. Like I know who I can't remember her name, but your last
Nancy Griffith.
Yeah, I mean I know who she is, and I have one album by her. That album that she had out in early 2000s, I think.
No Yoko.
No Yoko.
I don't know any of the people he's shown so far, but the one girl, the first one, I found was interesting. I'll go look into her, but I don't know.
I'm going to be doing this one at some point.
Ooh.
Free design.
Kites are fun.
Kites are fun.
Doc is going to love this one.
See, I have 2 of their albums.
Oh, you do?
Oh, do you?
Tim's got everything.
Cool.
Wow.
Tim's got everything.
I have
Kites really are
Both
fun.
reissues. I don't think I have an original. I think I have 2 reissues.
Hey, Doc, when's the last time you went for a kite flying?
The most obscure group I think I have from the 60s is one called the Irresistibles, and they're from France.
Oh, wow. All the way from France.
But they were like a pop group, and they had a couple hits there.
Right.
They were called the Irresistibles, and I came across them, and their music's not bad. It's poppy, you know. It's like Beatlesque, blah blah blah, whatever. 60s.
But is it in English or French?
Yeah, this Three Design is more vocalization. You know, it's
Yeah, they were on Enoch Light's label.
exactly.
Okay. Which I know nothing about.
The Standells are on the Munsters right now on Cozy.
You guys know so much more about regular music than I do. And I owned a record shop.
I have a Project 3, like various artists album that has Kites Are Fun on it. That's the only original I think I have by the one track on it.
And that's a fun song.
Various artists album, yeah.
Can you sing it, Tim?
Is it on YouTube?
I'm still finding stuff out from years ago.
Yeah, it's
that
on
I
YouTube.
Missed. You know, there's groups of people I missed. Like, I didn't know where some of these people were, like the merry-go-round. I never heard of until I watched some video. I never heard of, and then what is it, Emmett Smith or whatever, you know, or Rhodes. I can't remember the guy's name. Who was on that one, Tim? Was it Emmett Smith?
It was Emmett Rhodes, yeah.
Emmett Rhodes, that's what it is, Emmett Rhodes. Like, then I went and found 10 of his albums, and I really like his work, you know, until I see these videos, I don't always pick up.
Well, you know what it is? When he was in the merry-go-rounds, they were like 15, 16 years old.
10 songs,
and honestly, it almost sounds like girls singing. In fact, we heard it in the record store. Joe Mayo picked it up because he liked it, but he was like, you know, who are these women singing? I was like,
high voices.
I
saw that Matt guy that does those groups, you know, and he has that show. I remember his last name, but he does the shows about the different groups. Pop Goes the 60s, and he played it. And I go, I got interested, so I went and found the rest of Emmett Rowe. I found the rest of his albums. I got like 10 different things or whatever, and then I picked up some of his originals and some of his later work. And same with, I think it's Smith. Is it Elliott Smith? One of his group, and he had a bunch of stuff.
Elliott Smith is good.
Yeah, he's got like 8, but he's dead. I mean, he died or something. I forget.
Yeah, he died, and nobody's really sure if he killed himself or if he was murdered.
But I picked up 8 of his albums. I'm really happy with most of those. I'm like, so you learn stuff all the time you go around. Like, I've never heard of half the groups you're talking.
You familiar with Nick Drake?
Nope.
Robert?
I'm not that educated when it comes to some of those.
Oh, you'd like Nick Drake.
Ron Skier or Upskier or whatever. Rob Skier. What's really a shame because I did run a record shop for quite a while, but back then it was pretty jaded, and the areas where they were just bringing in the standard stuff. No one was bringing in weird stuff. And
the only time I worked in a record department was in the department store Alexander's, and that was in the 70s. And I remember like Born to Run came out, and we played that endlessly.
Well, that's what I mean. We used to in the Royal Oak area where I was at in Michigan, they just played nothing but hard, you know, like Twisted Sister and all this stupid metal crap all the time. That's what we had on in the background because that's what these kids wanted from that area, and so that's what we had playing. Then we had a few Vita people coming in, but overall, that's what we were selling was a lot of metal and 12-inch singles. You know, back in 85 to 80.
Did you hate all of it though? Is there any metal that you liked, Robert?
To be honest with you, not too much. No.
Yeah.
Metallica might have come and 1 or 2 songs everywhere. Yeah, I like all different groups, but I never got into it. It's like some of the 70s, the disco I never got into. I never got into.
What about Ozzy Osbourne though?
Well, Ozzy Osbourne I consider to be metal. It's a different kind of rock. You know, Ozzy Osbourne I consider to be just this much further than Black Sabbath. I mean, I like that. And
okay.
I like Bark at the Moon and things like that, but that's not considered metal, I don't think.
Yeah, I've got Kites Are Fun queued up. Everybody want to hear it?
Go ahead.
Yes, please.
Okay, Kites Are Fun.
No, he knows everything too.
Yeah, that right
about
there.
what? Oh,
about
yeah,
those early pop songs and early pop groups, and 50% of the stuff he plays I know, and the other 50% I have no idea.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh, is
they
this
have
what?
6 albums? Wow. Bubbles. Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
What's this? 2002? The hit song?
My Brother Woody. Okay.
My Brother Woody.
That's funny.
Kiji's Ouija.
Kiji Ouija?
My very own angel.
How'd you do? Fly me down.
You could be born again.
Are all the songs like that?
They're all like vocal harmonies. Yeah, sort of that Fifth
nice.
Dimension style.
I guess
The Kites Are Fun is the most fun. Actually, you know what happened? What happened is the guy who wrote the song, he had a friend who would like see people's initials and like try to think of like words for those initials.
Great.
And that guy's initials were KAF. So the guy in the band, and these, I believe they're all siblings also. When he was writing it, he saw KAF and he immediately thought of Kites Are Fun. So he wrote a song called Kites Are Fun.
And did that ever chart on Billboard or anything like that? I'm gonna say no.
No, I'm not really sure. I mean, Steven may know, but that is, I think, their biggest song.
Yeah,
Their most well known. If you've ever heard of Free Design, you know Kites Are
I
Fun.
was trying to find one.
You got some kites?
Oh, Tim, okay?
Tim just smacked
I
us.
fell over.
Are you okay?
No.
You all right?
Tim, did Kites Are Fun ever chart?
I
Do you
don't
know?
think so.
Probably not.
I don't think so. I'm not even sure it was released as a single.
Oh, it must have been. So it was their #1 hit.
Hey, Tim, do you still listen to My Pal Foot Foot?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't need to be big anymore. There,
Oh, I
Tom.
thought you had gone to get something to show.
Yeah.
No, I did go, but I couldn't find it. I
Oh,
was trying to find the various artist album that Kites
Oh.
of Fun is on, but I couldn't find
I'll
it.
show you another album that's fun.
Ooh,
Okay, good.
The
The
Fools.
Pools. The Pools.
World Dance Party.
Fool?
The Pools.
Oh, I thought it said fool. Is that with an F or?
Wow. What a
Do a
collage.
Diddy.
Oh, I love that song.
It's the only song you'll know.
Oh, okay.
Well, you might know that. Sex.
What? Sex, okay.
Something about
And
beer and
this
pizza
last song is fun.
chips.
She Makes Me Feel Big. I'll leave that to your imagination.
Yeah.
But no, he's saying basically the world can be cruel and make you feel small, and then you come home and you know
Oh, nice.
your wife,
The world is
your
out of
woman
order.
makes you feel big. And I love at the end the rest of the band is sort of singing along. So he'll sing something, you know, she makes me feel big, and they'll say, she makes me feel big, and a stoned, yeah, absolutely.
Really stoned sunshine pop band.
Well, place them on your next show there, Steven, so we can hear them all.
Yeah.
But then at the end of that song, she makes me feel big. They're like, like I said, they're echoing everything he says. And then he says, okay, let's end the song. And they're like, okay, let's end the song. It's like, no, really, guys, cut it out. No, really, guys, cut it out. They're singing everything he does, you know.
That's funny. Robert, did you see that last comment? Did you happen to know if they did, was it Psycho Chicken?
Psycho Chicken. Oh, Matthews.
Yeah, did they do Psycho Chicken?
Is it on there? You gotta have Psycho Chicken.
I think they did. I think I have that.
They may have.
Oh, Tim got it.
They may have.
I might.
I
have
believe
that.
so. Yes, actually.
They're out of my league now.
I don't know where it is.
Psycho
but
Chicken's out for Robert P. Right?
I mean, the thing is, like, you know, over the years, I collect these one-off albums, and so on my channel, I might talk about, you know, that one album I have, or I might talk about an artist. Like when I did Nancy Griffith, I showed 2 of her compilations, but I've got several of her individual albums. It's just I wasn't going to show everything.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, I'm liked and belled, so I'll see any new ones you have. I don't always comment, nothing personal. I just don't
Oh no, that's fine.
always
That's
comment.
okay.
I always give a thumbs up.
I'm not in it for the comments
You're not. What are you in?
or
We're in it
the
for the
likes
money.
or the views.
We're in for the money.
No,
What for our rest?
nobody's gonna come watch obscure stuff. Nobody cares.
Y'all do.
I like to learn about all kinds. That's why I listen to
Yeah.
Steve Sneeze show. That's why I watch. That's why I watch all these people because I learned something.
Right.
somewhere.
Well, Stephen is very knowledgeable. Stephen's been doing it for a while. Stephen has a professional setup.
Mhm.
I wing it. My first video, I wasn't even sure like how to do it. And I think I sat in front of my computer screen and I didn't have enough light. So I put the light on my phone, but it was too bright. So I took a Post-it note and posted it over put it over the phone to dim the light. And that's how I shot my video. So no microphones, no studio lighting.
Hey, sometimes we all need a little wing it.
That's how you get started.
Yep.
I don't think
Go
I'll
for
ever do a video. I got 23 people on my. I got 23, whatever they call them.
I think I'm subscribed too, or at least I bet.
Subscribers.
Yeah, but I just don't have anything to say.
Oh, Steven still doesn't know how to do it.
Well, you're doing an amazing job.
Yeah,
Imagine
really.
how good it would be if he knew what he was doing.
Mm.
I mean, remember that Christmas special? I mean,
Oh, that
Oh, that
shows
was-
he knows it. Come on. Yes.
let's.
No,
Yes.
Stephen Sneed does a great job.
Yeah, and
He
if you
absolutely
ever watch
does.
the Dave the Pickup Artist,
Oh, Doc caught me the other day because I fell asleep the last 20 minutes. He got me.
I knew it. I knew it.
I woke up. So I lay in my chair and I'm watching it on a 55-inch screen, right? And I'm listening, and
Oh,
next thing you know, I'm starting to wean off a little bit. By 10:15, I'm out. I wake up and Doc's making a statement. Wake up, Robert. I go, yeah, okay.
You hadn't commented for like an
Yeah.
hour or something.
I started snoring. Hey,
I think he's sleeping.
it's the kind of music that can just make you, of course,
It
at
can.
the end of the day, I watch grandkids some days 12 hours and it makes
Wow.
me tired. Especially Tuesday. I got her Monday and Tuesday this week, so it'll make me a little tired. My wife's home now, though, so she's going to be a big help, I hope, watching the kids.
Do you ever dress up for the kids?
Me dress up?
Yeah.
Adam.
I wear clothes, if that's what you're asking.
Oh, I mean, like, hold on. My context, Halloween. Do you ever dress up with them for Halloween? Oh, okay.
No, I don't know. They know me as Papa. That's it. You know,
Yeah.
I'm scary enough on its own, but I have no costumes here. What am I going to dress up as?
I didn't mean that. I just meant,
I probably scare them. You know, I don't know.
what about? Well, then the only other one would be: Did you ever dress up as Santa Claus for your own kids?
I did.
Okay, there you go.
When I was a dad, I went. That's funny, and everyone's heard this probably, but I went and dressed up, and I was skinny then, so I had to put a big pillow in my belly, and I come downstairs, and I'm like, ho ho ho, and she's getting into it. It's my first daughter. She's getting all into it. She might be 3 or 4. I don't remember how old she was, and she's getting all into it. But then right before I go, she goes, "How come you got my dad's shoes on?" I said, "Well, I had to take my boots off because they had reindeer poop on them at the door.
Oh, yeah.
I had to have the same boots, and so I put them on because she caught it. She's like, well, I don't know if I
3 years old, she got it. She says, something's
You're
up
wearing my
here.
dad's shoes." So I came up with a story real quick. I had reindeer poop on mine, and she
That's
believed it. So I did that a few times for my kids, and then we went out to Halloween a few times. But
Oh, nice. Who'd you dress up as?
well, I just took them out. I didn't dress up.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Uncle Fester. How's that?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I think I
With
dressed
the
up
light bulb.
as Catwoman.
But no, I didn't dress up after my 30s. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Well, it's unfortunate that I have the most viewers right now, and I think I better cut it off here.
Right when it gets
Okay.
good. All right.
Well, I've been on here for 3 hours.
I gotta eat, you know. We got
Oh, yeah.
pea soup, and
Robert's got to eat his pea soup. and
I've
I
already
gotta-
eaten my pea soup.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
done. I'll save some for you. I'll put it in the
Great.
freezer.
So, like Robert S., Robert P., Tim Allen, Adam, Jorgen, Joe Mayo, James, and Mason.
Mason, yeah.
Thank you all for coming, and hopefully you'll come back next week. And
I'll be gone for a month. I can't promise. Listen,
Oh,
but
that's right. That's right.
I'm leaving to Texas,
Right.
North Carolina,
Have fun.
Alabama, and wherever else I can hit in the
Big
month.
trip.
Have a
Wow.
nice trip.
But I'll be
The
back by
U.S.
the
tour by
20th.
Robert
Drive
P.
safe.
Yeah, but the
Stay
rest
away
of you
from
are all
compounds in Waco.
invited back to this locality to have
No
a
Texas this trip. I don't think no Texas this trip. It's
No
too
te-
far away.
Oh, okay.
I'm going
Okay.
down south this way. Like on
Well,
a-
can you drive safe for us?
I will. I'll do my best.
Tell everybody goodbye.
Hey,
Thank
thank you
you.
again
Bye.
for having me over, Doc.
So long.
Thank you, everybody. Have a
Bye-bye.
good night.
Bye.